How's it going, everybody? Thanks for being here. Gonna be kicking off here in just a minute. Looking forward to finally watching this 3.2 special program and getting into some of the stuff that's going on with my channel and all that good stuff. So just hang in there another minute. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's
Greetings, travelers, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version 3.
There we go. I didn't want to kick that off just yet. Swap the filter. Everything's like, oh, time to go. No, not yet. Calm down, filter. Calm down. All right, so obviously I'm gonna need to do some audio adjustment with it as well. So let me know in the chat as things progress, if I need to be up or if it needs to be up. Usually I end up with it too quiet and I'm too loud. So obviously I think that was too loud to start. So I've already halved it. So we'll see how that ends up working out for it. And we're going to kind of go from there. Yeah, so kind of the plan of the stream today is I am going to obviously watch the special program. I haven't watched it yet. I was out of town this morning. I'll get into a little bit of that after the program is over and talk about what's coming up for the channel while I take care of one of the events that has been that's going to expire today if I don't do it. So I need to do it. So I'm going to do that while on stream and talk about some channel stuff and what's coming up for obviously my reaction, like ongoing reaction to 3.2 as well. So we're going to get right back into that. And yeah. So let's get this going.
3.2 special program. I'm your host, Zach Aguilar, the voice of the male traveler, Ether, and today I'm joined by...
I've been waiting for you for ages.
Hey everyone, I'm Kimberly Ann Campbell, and I
really
voice Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida. This is my first ever special program, and I can't wait to explore the upcoming content with all of you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Alejandro Saab, and I'm the voice of Cyno. Hopefully everyone's gotten to know Cyno a little better during this version, and we've still got plenty of Cyno coming our way in the upcoming version too.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I would
sure lots
imagine.
of travelers are super excited to see what version 3.2 has in store for us.
Slightly.
So let's jump right in and start with our new version trailer.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Definitely glad they went back to the chibis. The chibis are easier to react to. I don't have to read everything.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanali. We have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape.
Huh? Did I just see something dart by?
Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
Huh. Okay.
Amazing. So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own body. Yeah! Hey!
Okay. Oh, what?
Make yourselves at home!
How does that work?
Yeah! But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling.
Oh, Layla. Layla's cool.
Is it too late for an extension?
Oh, she's 4-star.
Ha! Not now.
Sword user.
Stars, shine for me.
Oh, is this some Dendro Hypo?
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
So, you think this is over?
Wait.
Oh.
No. I can't.
That's the secret hidden by Ermin's soul concerning the truth of this world.
The Balladeer has already become a god?
No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of Wisdom.
Oh, man.
At my command, you shall fall.
I knew it.
My endless cycle begins. Your ploy was to sacrifice the traveler here, was it not?
Wow.
Nilou, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
I must admit that I'm a little scared. But I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hathem's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Brothers, let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Quasar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
Creating a god. We are using human wisdom to create a god. Let us reenact the scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a god.
Oh, yo, let's go. This is gonna be awesome. This is definitely gonna be awesome. I am super pumped for this. So I turned the volume of the stream down a little bit more so that I can talk over it a little easier. Yeah. So that was awesome. Clearly we have a lot to look forward to there. I knew Scaramouche was gonna have to be a boss. He was probably, I'm assuming, a trounce domain. That's gonna be amazing. That fight's gonna be crazy. Like I full on expect this to be the most, the new most difficult domain. I still generally think for most people it's probably Raiden Shogun Puppet is the most difficult one for a lot of people, because even with a really good party, that one can be a little tricky to kill. I actually got really close to killing her the other day before she even transformed.
We've got a lot to unpack from that trailer.
Yeah, no kidding.
After experiencing the Sub-Zeru's festival Samsara and surviving our journey through the desert, we'll finally get to the riveting end of the Sumeru Archon quest in version 3.2. Picking up right where we left off, the Traveler is teaming up with some amazing characters to face the Academia and rescue Sumeru's Archon. But I'm sure the first thing everyone's wondering is how we're going to save the Dendro Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Nahida's been locked up by the doctor inside the sanctuary of Surasthana. It's not like we can just go walking in there. And on top of that, we're dealing with 2 of the Fatui Harbingers now. We've got the Balladeer in his super powerful looking boss form, as well as the doctor, who seems to be a real tricky one to predict. I'm not gonna lie, the Traveler really has his hands full with this one.
Yeah, definitely a tricky situation.
Yeah, it definitely seems,
and
dealing
besides
with
these 2 harbingers,
Archon
we can be
Scaramouche is
sure
gonna be a
the
big
Grand
deal.
Sage will also be on his guard. But hey, with the help of 2 insiders like Sino and Alhaitham, we might just have a way into the academia.
Well, as the General Mahamatra, Sino also has his own agenda. After being tracked and predicted by the academia for all these years, this might just be his chance to settle the score.
And if we're hoping to truly save Sumeru, we'll definitely need the power of the Dendro Archon to help us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how everyone's hard work and coordination plays out.
And I don't know about you guys, but besides saving Nahida, I'm also curious how we're going to save Irminsul. Plus, we still don't know the meaning behind the words that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left us.
World, forget me.
World, forget me.
Well, travelers will be able to personally unravel the answers to all these questions in their own journeys through version 3.2.
Nahida's voice
I'm actually
is very
kinda curious
different.
what the future for Sumeru will be once they get through all of this and, well, what will happen to the crew we've been working with along the way?
Yeah, same. I just hope things will work out for everyone affected by Elazar, like Dunyarzad and Kale. Oh, and we can't forget the desert dwellers who have been mistreated all these years. There's a lot that needs to change for them, too.
Right. So be sure not to miss Chapter 5 of the Archon quest.
I'm kinda
Akasha
curious
pulses, the Culpa flame rises.
if Nahida's
It'll be quite
voice
the
is
ride,
actually
and I
the
hope
same voice
everyone will
actor
enjoy
that
it.
is
Yeah,
doing,
and of course,
the one
the
voice
end
line
of
we
this
have
quest
for
won't be the end of
Rukkhadevata.
everyone's journey in Sumeru. There are still many puzzles and
Probably.
mysteries waiting to be solved. Whether it's Lesser Lord Kusanali, the Doctor, or the Balladeer, I think there still might be lots of unexpected things waiting to be uncovered.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome!
Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the storyline, maybe we can talk
So
about
much
that
hype.
massive
God, I
mechanical
can't
looking
wait to
puppet
get into
we've
this.
seen.
I'm quite
That's
certain
the
that we're going to
god
be
that
having
the
a
academia
major
has been
fight with
creating.
Scaramouche. So
That's
yeah,
right.
let's see what they're
now
going to
that
give
you
us about
mentioned it,
this.
let's talk about the Balladeer boss battle.
Whew, this boss
You know,
looks tough.
for the longest time, we've been
The
wondering
Falcon
what
must
it would
have
be
put a
like
lot
if we
of his
had
energy into
Scaramouche as
Yeah,
a boss
the
fight.
Balladeer has lots of strong and awesome looking abilities, so
And
why don't we start by checking out some gameplay?
This is not, I
from the
think,
new
what we
boss battle?
imagined until
Sounds
last
good.
patch anyways.
Woo.
But, yeah. Somebody was saying something, please don't make us spend the whole fight stabbing it in the feet. Well, I don't think that's going to be any particular danger, seeing as how it doesn't have any. I'm thinking this fight will probably feel a lot like fighting Dvalin. Like we're on, like a half circle platform, so we're just gonna have to get in close whenever we want to attack it, just like whenever Dvalin would put his head on the arena. I wonder if Ganyu teams are gonna be. Oh, he does have feet at this point. I guess he has multiple. Wow! Holy crap! Oh my god! Oh, this theme absolutely slaps too. I can't wait to hear this in full. Trounce domain themes are always amazing.
Wow, just look
Oh,
at the
there's
size
so
of
much
it.
hype for
Pretty
all
sure
of
this boss is
this.
gonna push travelers
Hey, look,
to
a
the
bot.
Yeah, no kidding.
Can we kill that, please?
And come to think of it, this is like the third Fatui Harbinger boss battle we've had.
It is.
They really keep stepping up the art and design every time. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
This is an ultra powerful puppet we're going up against here.
Yeah,
so
this is
we're talking
our second
huge
Trounce
attacks and
puppet
epic moves.
boss.
Let's break it down a bit. In the first phase of the battle, the Balladeer will use his massive arms to attack
Yeah,
everyone.
it's definitely.
The arms are
It's
capable
definitely
of
giving me a
utilizing different
Dvalin kind of
elemental
feel in
powers,
this stage,
and
what
there
with
are
being on
several
the
types of
semicircle
abilities,
platform, and
including attacks that create fields
probably gonna
of
have to attack
burning
him
or
remotely. I
freezing
bet
effects
you.
on the
I
ground.
do. I bet Ganyu teams will
you know
probably
what?
be pretty good
This
for
fight
this.
kind of reminds me of when we fight Ruin Guards. I think we'll have to come up with
Really?
a way to paralyze it.
Right. And you might have noticed there are some
Oh, yeah,
arcane
weak points or
formations on the
something.
ground, so activating those might trigger
Okay.
some interesting effects.
And I bet a lot of people are wondering what that thing is floating next to us. Not gonna lie, he's kind of cute. Oh, maybe
pet
it's
or something? I
Paimon
don't know.
reskin.
Sorry, but no. Not only is it super cute, but it's also super powerful. Travelers will need to charge energy for this little helper and use its special skill to counter the boss in battle.
A helper in a boss fight.
That's unique.
Yeah, that's definitely not Paimon.
Yeah, that's not rude. That is very
unique.
unique.
Has transformed into this massive form. Our usual attacks won't deal any tangible damage to him. So, the only thing capable of breaking through his defenses will be our little helper that we just mentioned. There will even be some moments in the fight where travelers will need to use an aiming mode to attack the boss's weak points.
Oh, who would have guessed that little thing would be so important against a boss the size of the Balladeer?
I know, right? They also use some amazing special effects for all of the Balladier's moves. Speaking of which, the cosmic appearance, the spacey special effects of his skills really kind of remind me of the Raiden Shogun skills.
Actually, what that skill reminds me of is straight up the heart. What is it?
I can't wait to check out this new boss fight.
Herrscher of the Void.
Yeah.
So now that we've
with all the
covered the new
portals
boss
that open up
battle,
behind
I
her
think
in one of
it's
the
time to
cutscenes
introduce
in
the
Honkai
first of our
Impact,
new
that's what that
playable
makes me think
characters
of
coming in version
immediately.
3.2. Let's welcome Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida.
Yay! Finally!
After everything we've experienced in the story so far, I think Nahida's already like a good friend to us. It's seriously so crazy.
You know, I wasn't.
Aww,
For the
I'm
longest
so happy
time,
to
I
hear
really
you
wasn't
say
all that
Zach.
excited about Nahida,
Okay,
and then we
so
got to
throughout
know her
our
character
journey,
in the story.
maybe everyone's
And now I
already
find myself
noticed some
like
of the
ready and willing to
unique-
work Nahida
yeah,
in one
let's
of my
call it
teams
that.
here soon.
Unique metaphors
Pretty
that
excited.
Nahida likes to use.
Especially given what we
And
already
yeah,
saw of her
they can be
gameplay
pretty out
in the
there.
opening trailer.
Or sometimes she'll use really childlike language to describe some deep or profound idea.
Or sometimes she'll
But
talk about
truth
the
is,
Duke.
she has yet to set foot in the outside world since she was born. To her, all the knowledge that she has in her mind is like pieces of scenery that she's never seen with her own eyes.
Totally. It's
Yeah, it'll
really
be
hard
very
to imagine
interesting.
That the
They'll
God
have a lot of
wisdom had been locked
opportunities
up for
to
500 years.
kind of
It makes me
explore this
upset just
character's
thinking about
growth, seeing as
But
how
I'm
she's
sure
been locked
everything
away
will
since
work
she
out
was
sooner
born
or
and she
later.
doesn't really know anything about the world.
If travelers would like to spend more time with Nahida, then be sure to check out Nahida's story quest.
It's not going to be like
Sapientia
Raiden
or
Shogun where
Maste's
you're
chapter.
catching her up on what
The
she's
quest
missed.
will be available upon completing the
Nahida's
Sumeru
just
Archon
like
quest.
ultimately
So be
naive.
sure to
She
check
knows
out the quest to
nothing.
learn more.
It's nice that we'll get to spend more time with her, but I want to see Nahida in battle. What you got for us, Kimberly?
Oh, I've got lots to share. But before we get to that, let's have a quick peek at Nahida in action.
What they say is true. You have to see the world for yourself to appreciate how beautiful it is.
Seems like her little animations are pretty cool. So is she a catalyst? It kind of looks like that is really cool. It kind of looks like, when she's doing this, she's got, like what archers use, like you push R and you have an aiming mode. Or, you just hold down the charge for an aiming mode, but I think she's a catalyst. So what? She kind of looks like a catalyst. I didn't see any weapon at all.
She's so cute.
I'm so confused.
I love her.
Aw, little Nahida is so cute. I love how she hops around when she's fighting. Oh,
All right, I lowered the volume a little more. Color as
So
Guard was
what's
saying I
that
might
skill
still
that
be a
lets you
little
choose either
overpowered by that.
viewfinder or something?
Also, I'm
That
going
seems
to turn up
pretty
my
different.
microphone just a little bit.
Okay, so let's start with her viewfinder-ish kind of skill, which is actually her elemental skill.
I still have not
As
seen a
catalyst
weapon
user,
at all
Nahida's
near
combat
her.
style is pretty unique.
I see that she's
You may
got
cast her elemental
Yelan's
skill by
burst
tapping
running
the skill
alongside her
button,
on that to create a bunch
or
of
you may
blooms.
hold the button to enter an aiming mode.
Yeah, so
Opponents
she's
who are
playing like an
selected while
archer,
aiming will be
but I'm
linked
not
by
seeing a
Nahida's
weapon
special
anywhere.
move.
What? I don't even
After
see
you
a,
trigger
I don't see a
elemental
catalyst floating
reactions,
anywhere
opponents
near.
will be linked,
Is she an
and
archer?
when they take
That
damage
you
from
and you just
Hydro
don't see
Force,
you don't ever see the
Nahida
bow?
will unleash Tri-Karma Purification.
Oh, I'm so
dealing denser
confused.
damage.
Whoa, this is so cool. Yeah, I love how it's like connecting the enemies together.
Mm-hmm. Outside of combat, Nahida can
You know,
use her elemental skill
okay,
and
so
enter an
Wolf
aiming
says,
mode
yep,
to
she's our
detect
first
content,
aimed catalyst.
interact
I've been
with
wanting an
certain
aimed
harvestable
catalyst for a
items,
long
allowing
time.
her to
I really
collect
have,
items
and I think I
directly
want to say
to her
way back
inventory
when
from a distance.
Yanfei was coming out, I was saying like that would be cool if we did, if they did something like that. Of course, that's not what they did with her, but I've been saying like I
This
wanted
skill
something
may
like that for a
also
long
have some
time.
additional uses,
Ah, this
so
is cool.
travelers will have to give it a try themselves and see.
Well, hopefully, this is a start of more.
Nahida's elemental
Oh, her
burst is
animation's
where things
really
get
cool.
interesting.
What?
Upon
Oh, I
unleashing
love that
the
it like
burst,
puts her in
Nahida
this like
manifests
this
the core
environment
genes,
for her burst.
expanding
Oh,
the
how
special field.
that is
That's
amazing.
Pretty amazing. The effect really does look
Don't
like
take my
some
words, Zach.
royal court or palace.
Yeah, different effects will be produced based on whether there are pyro,
Ow.
electro, and hydro characters in the party. While Nahida is within the special field, A pyro
This is
member
much
in the
cooler than I
party
thought
will
she was
increase the
gonna be.
damage of Trikarma purification. An
Oh, you
electro party
stay
member will
in that
decrease the
environment
interval
during
at
the
which
burst?
Trikarma purification is triggered.
That is really
and a hydro
cool.
party member will cause the duration of the field to be increased.
Okay.
If there are at least 2 party members of the elemental types I just mentioned, then the effects will be increased further.
Whoa, this is blowing my mind right now. We'll really have to focus on which effects we want to achieve and put some thought into our team's composition.
Well, that's
Right?
bloom or
A key thing
dendro
to
reactions in
remember
general.
is that these effects can be triggered while Nahida is not on the battlefield, as long as the active character remains in the special field radius.
Oh.
Nice. Also, in addition to Nahida, we have one other character joining us in version
Right, I almost
3.2.
forgot about Layla.
That's right. She's a very peculiar academia student. Her name is Layla. Most days, she looks super tired and anxious, which seems to be a direct result of her relentless struggle with her studies.
Yeah, and not only is she frail and anxious looking, but she also studies astrology. So it's no wonder people around her might consider her a little strange and mysterious. And even though she's always groaning about her studies, most of Layla's research work is actually fine overall. It's just her lack of confidence that's really holding her back. And that's when her unusual ability comes into play.
What is she?
And her ability
Cryo-sucrose?
is sleepwalking.
Yeah. While she is sleeping, Layla unleashes her true self, allowing her to regain the confidence she needs and activate the talents and strengths she's had all along. As soon as she starts sleepwalking, her unfinished papers no longer seem like the monumental tasks they were, and she completes them in no time.
This is definitely something only Layla can do. Our viewers shouldn't try to do this with their own homework. But does Layla have any idea what happens when she's sleepwalking? I mean, does she know that she has this ability?
She seems to be aware of it. The papers are obviously full of her handwriting.
Is their elemental
after all.
burst going to be some kind of a
But there have
sleepwalking
been
thing?
Some weird instances. For example, once during crunch time while researching, she sleepwalked and climbed the wall of Salmio, and then randomly bumped into Candace. Such weird occurrences have made her start to wonder what's really going on.
And aside from her sleepwalking, just like any other student, Layla has many typical things that she hopes to achieve, as well as some regrets. She wants to be able to make friends and go out and have fun, but it seems like she'll never be able to do any of that until she graduates.
And actually, I'm guessing that she uses her sleepwalking abilities in combat too, right?
Yeah, I would guess.
You bet. Let's have a look at Layla in combat.
Sweet.
Even when we're not looking up at the stars, they're always there. Watching over us.
She kind of looks tired.
My guiding stars. Stars, shine for me.
Okay.
It almost looks like she's sleeping while being protected by the shield.
I like the looks of
This
her
shield not
attacks.
only protects Layla, but also creates night stars while it is active. When a character protected by the shield uses an
That looks
elemental
good.
skill, more night stars will be created. Once 4 night stars have been accumulated, they will transform into homing shooting stars, dealing damage to any opponent's hit.
Ooh.
Night stars. I love how her skills have a starry theme. It ties into her studies.
Seems like one of the characters that will, like,
Yeah, throughout
somebody
the
who
skill's
can
duration,
give
each
you
time a night star is
off-screen
accumulated,
cryo production,
the
which we don't have a
shield
lot
strength
of.
will increase. This effect can stack up to a maximum of 4
At least not
times.
from E.
Whoa.
Layla's elemental burst unleashes a dream sphere that constantly fires starlight slugs at opponents within its AoE, while also generating night stars for Layla's shield. As a talented Ratawa his student, Layla also comes in handy when crafting. When Layla crafts character talent materials, she has a set chance to receive double the product.
Nice.
Sweet. Anyway, when can travelers expect to see these new characters available in-game?
Great question. That brings us to our new event wishes. In the early part of version 3.2,
Okay, which banner is
Nahida
she
and
gonna be
Hironia
on?
will be available. In the later part of the version,
Oh,
we'll
she's
be
with the
seeing rerun
reruns.
event wishes for Yaimiko and Tartaglia.
You know,
and Layla will become available for the first time. Also, a new 5-star weapon, 1,000 floating dreams, will be appearing in the new
I don't know how I
weapon
feel
event
about
wish.
the
Oh, nice. By the way,
positioning
I've
of
heard
her,
that Layla's
but
been getting
it
ready
is what it is, I
recently to
guess.
participate in Sumeru's Beast Tamer tournament. But before we get into that, I think it's time for us to take another break. We'll be back with the latest
Okay, so
info on events
Layla
coming
looks
in
cool.
the
Both
version
Nahida and
update.
Layla look cool. I'm very
I know
surprised
what you're
how cool
thinking.
Nahida
It's
looks.
time
I
for
honestly
code.
wasn't
Get
expecting
it?
that character to.
I know.
Alright, that's enough.
I wasn't expecting her to seem like that. Oh god, more bots. Yeah, I wasn't expecting her to seem that cool. The character definitely has some really interesting animation stuff going on with it. It definitely has some really it's unique. It's an aimed catalyst that is really cool. It's something I've wanted for a very long time. Since I prefer catalyst characters anyways. They've always been my favorite in pretty much every game. Mages are my go-to. So yeah, that's really cool. I do like the look of Layla. She seems like somebody who's going to be positioned to provide off-screen cryo damage that's hopefully on a short enough cooldown to be very useful. We'll see. But what I'm not happy about is that that obviously they put her on the rerun banner, which means you're not going to get her while you're rolling for Nahida, which is something you're intentionally going to do. You're going to have to go and try to get her on a banner that you probably didn't want. Unless you already, unless you did want Miko and you don't have her, or you did want Tartaglia and you don't have him.
Next, we'll take a look at some of the new events for the coming update. An amazing Fungus competition is about to begin in the lands of Sumeru. Not only has it attracted local competitors from Sumeru, but
Yeah, it
also
looks like we're getting a
spectators
free
from
Dory
other
here.
nations.
Fungus competition? How does that even work? Aren't fungi dangerous? They're always attacking us in the wild.
I know it sounds a little weird, but you'll love it. In this contest, participants will use a special gadget called a Wisdom Orb to catch and train their fungi and participate in battle events. Although the fungi often pose as little troublemakers for us in the wild, using this gadget will allow travelers to establish a certain level of communication with them.
Okay, so if I catch and train a Jade Plume Terror Shroom, then I
Andy
should be pretty
Fear
much
Doors
unstoppable,
over here
right?
quoting Kainari.
Come on, that wouldn't be fair.
In this event, travelers will be able to sneak up on fungi in some certain areas to catch them. Unfortunately, the
People in
Jade
chat,
Plume
it's
Terror
Fungimon.
Shroom is not one of those areas, Kimberly.
Aww.
If you end up startling them, they'll flee until they are outside a set distance.
After catching different kinds of fungi, you can follow Paimon's suggestion and give them cute names. But most importantly, you will have to
Well, that's
train
just the
your
same name
fungi.
3 times.
That sounds fun.
Travelers will have to use special floral jelly ingredients to mix and form blends that your fungi enjoy and unlock their true potential. While mixing ingredients, you use copy, switch, and rotate functions, and place a preset formula you have in the corresponding spot.
Aw, looks kind of like jelly. I bet Paimon's gonna be all over that.
Hey! Paimon wouldn't ever do that!
Ouch, Zach.
I can tell why you didn't book that role.
And with all these different kinds of fungi, they should have different abilities, right?
Yeah, so to work on their abilities, we'll use something called the Special Training Mode. In this mode, there will be 2 challenge types, Coordinated Assaults and Zone Defense. Travelers will be able to command their fungi's abilities, have them coordinate their attacks against a single target, and control them to defend the Leyline monolith.
Aw, they're so cute. This is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, me neither. As for the rewards, in addition to Primo Gems and various materials, once travelers have
The
reached a
art
certain
on
phase of
that.
the event, they will also be able
It's like
to summon
very
the great
Dragon
and
Ball Z-ish,
almighty
but it's
merchant,
2
Dory.
fungi bashing into each other.
Layla will be appearing in the event storyline, as well as a familiar
With the most
visitor from another
badass
nation.
picture of 2 fungi fighting you'll
Any
ever
idea who it could
find.
be?
Supposedly a fun guy.
Oh, oof.
Okay, I see what you did there. I respect it. Let's leave that for travelers to discover themselves in the event.
Come on, guys, fun guy.
Okay, next up we have a change of pace with an all-new Trials event. For this event, travelers will have to use characters' special abilities to complete specific objectives. For example, you may have to knock slimes into the goal by triggering an overloaded reaction with Yen Phase and
Oh,
Key's
interesting.
attacks, or use Yelan's elemental skill to move quickly and dodge giant pinballs. Here are some others.
Huh.
Use Xiao's plunging attack to send platforms back to the ground, or use Beto's elemental skill to hit the ball.
This sounds like some pretty unusual training.
Yeah, and to make things even more interesting, this event will support co-op gameplay.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's
This
good.
sounds like it'll be a
I'm gonna
lot
go
of
ahead
fun
and
to
say if
watch.
this is gonna be a co-op thing,
But
I'll more than likely
what
be
about
doing a stream
objectives
for
for
this
characters that
pretty
maybe
quick
you
after it
haven't
comes out.
unlocked yet?
No worries, we got you covered. All the corresponding characters will be provided as trial characters in the challenges.
Ah, perfect.
In addition to these events, version 3.2.
Oh boy,
will also
Hypostatic
feature an event
Symphony's
for our
back,
players
but
to
with
put
a new
their
one.
skills to the test. This time, we'll have a new edition of the Hypostatic Symphony event.
Nice.
Oh
So,
boy.
What changes can travelers expect?
Been a
this
little
time
while
around?
since we've had
The
this.
most notable change, of course, will be the addition of the new Dendro Hypostasis. That's right, the last member of the Hypostasis family will be officially landing in version 3.2.
I'm sure that's gonna be the
Besides
materials for
serving as a
Nahida.
new open-world boss, the Dendro Hypostasis will also be busy performing alongside its fellow Hypostases in the Hypostatic
Hypostases.
Symphony event.
This time around, travelers will be facing challenges featuring the
Aether.
Dendro, Cryo, Pyro,
I believe I did that
Hydro-Hypostases.
last year.
Before each challenge, travelers may select a buff effect to use. However, as you increase the difficulty, the number of uses will decrease and the enemies will become more challenging. So it'll be super important for travelers to plan the right moment to use these effects.
Yeah.
So what options do we have once we run out of buffs?
Travelers will still be able to use food and potions from their inventory. If you're aiming to just collect all the Primogem rewards, then don't worry. You won't need to up the
interesting.
difficulty too much.
Okay, good to know. Whew.
I, for one, will definitely not be upping the difficulty. And just like before, you may tackle the challenges together with your friends once they have joined your world.
Great. We can help each
I
other
definitely recall having
Now that
pain
we've
the last
covered the
time the
challenge
Hypostatic Symphony
Let's
was
take a
here.
quick look at
I
a couple
definitely
more
remember being
casual events
frustrated
coming
with
our
it.
way in the new update. First, we'll be finding inspiration for an illustrator in the Outside the Canvas Inside
Yeah, I don't
the
know
Lens
how
event.
long it's been
And
since we
once
last
again,
had Hypostatic
we'll be
Symphony.
working
This is the
together with
third one, I
Nahida in
think.
Marvelous merchandise. It's also worth
It's been a
mentioning
while, though.
that some optimizations have been made for the photo event this time around. Everyone will be able to select from some preset angles and can make use of the rotate and focus functions to take better pictures.
Admittedly,
While you're out
Acheron,
taking pictures, you may
Hypostatic
run
Symphony's
into
never
some
been one of my
interesting
favorites,
storylines
but
along the way.
I don't know. I'm a
So
little
be
picky
sure
about the
not to
events
miss
anyways.
Outside the canvas, inside the lens.
Like,
Man,
just
I
full
love these
disclosure,
kinds of
I
events.
always
Sign
have
me
been a little
up.
picky about
Yeah,
those.
me too. In addition to all these new events, we also have some news
Okay.
on system-related
Teapot stuff.
updates and optimizations. I'm really excited about the first of these, which is regarding the Serenity
I like changes to the teapot. I've actually
Starting with
really
version
been considering
3.2,
making
the
some small
Serenity
tweaks to
Teapot
my
will be
racetrack
adding
and
a
doing another
long-awaited
competition series, so, you know,
replication system.
we'll see about
Wow,
that.
that's super amazing.
Yeah. This feature will allow travelers to use sharing codes to bring designs from other travelers' teapots and implement them in their own, or share their own teapot designs. I know there may be some travelers out there who have seen some amazing teapot designs that they've wanted to also create themselves, but didn't have the ability or time to make it. With this new function, travelers will be able to bring that creativity back to their own teapot or share their creativity with others.
Get ready
Okay.
to hit up your friends with amazing teapot skills.
Like, they have the
I can't wait
the
to see everyone
Sumeru
sharing their designs.
theater
Especially with me.
in their teapot. It's really cool.
Which brings us to our final update to share with everyone.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This one is regarding the game's available languages. Starting with version 3.3,
Yeah,
which will be the
being able to
update
share
following
designs
this
is, I
one,
think that's a really good
Genshin Impact
idea.
will be adding Turkish and Italian to the game.
I don't know
language
if it's a
settings.
feature that I would use a
So
lot, but I
players
do
who
think that
prefer
that's
to
a
see
good
the game's
idea.
Text and UI in those languages can look forward to that.
The
Huh.
team truly hopes that travelers from all over the world
Well,
can
that's
enjoy
good.
the
More
game
inclusive
and
on the
start their own
language
journeys
options.
through the world of Teyvat.
For further details, please check Genshin Impact's official channels and keep an eye out for future announcements and info.
Wow, we've covered a ton of stuff. Seriously, it's a lot to take in.
For sure. So now is probably a great time for our last redemption
It's a good thing I already
code.
entered all the
Oh,
redemption
yeah,
codes before
let's
the
go.
stream. I didn't want to have to mess with it going back and forth. Oh, you know, I'm just noticing that this is animated. Were the other two also animated? Usually the art that's behind the redemption codes is not, but this one they've done animated ones for. Huh. But yeah, I mean, that's an interesting update to the teapot. It doesn't, I don't think that's really anything that will impact anything that I'll do with the teapot. But I mean, I still think it's a good addition. Like I said, I have been considering you guys doing another like challenger series in my on the race course that I made. Some of you may remember that from when Yayamiko's first banner came up. I had a whole race tournament on it and the winner won, you know, Yayamiko on me. I don't know when yet. I haven't been active enough in creation lately to really afford to do that right now. But I'm really planning to kick things back up here soon. So
well, everyone,
quite possibly
I think we've covered
soon.
Just about everything coming our way in version 3.2.
Oh, that is an awesome piece of art on that one.
We've arrived at the end of our special program.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we covered a ton of stuff.
So much stuff.
Yeah. So many events too. But the thing that I'm most excited about is, of course, Nahida playable character, Nahida playable character, Nahida playable character.
Obviously.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely the Balladeer, dude.
Yeah, the Balladeer boss is gonna be pretty on point, you guys. I'm ready to see how this is going to go. I'm ready to see what the conclusion of that story is gonna be. I want to become famous by followers, primes, and viewers. Yeah, I'm not gonna do any of that.
Fungus frenzy, getting my little fungi
Not
and battling
buying
with them.
viewers.
And you know, the teapot, the Serena teapot, I'm so behind on my teapot, so I can't wait to
gotta get on it.
hopefully get some designs from others, or at least, you know, get some inspiration.
The way Zach says that, it just makes me picture his teapots. So just got like a chair and like a trash can or something. You don't even have trash cans, but for some reason he has one.
Even though the Sumeru Archon quest will be reaching its final chapter here, it most definitely won't be the end of our journey in Sumeru. In our story this time, we'll be encountering some interesting and mysterious content, and I hope it will be an amazing experience for all of our travelers. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon be with all of you.
See you in game, everyone. Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, that looked pretty awesome. I think it's automatically replaying the 3.2 trailer.
This. We have orchestrated our plan
Yes.
and
So
successfully
we're gonna rewatch
rescued
this.
Lesser Lord Kusanali. We have changed Sumeru's entire political landscape.
And then we're gonna talk about things.
Huh? Did I just see something dart by?
Having the doctor gone benefits him as well as us.
So I'm wondering if him leaving is what releases Nahida. But it seems like it'd have to be a ploy, right? Like they did it on purpose. There's no way he'd just leave and release that without a play to make. Very interesting. I'm so curious to see how her mechanics are going to work. Her burst is one of the coolest damn things.
But now doesn't seem to be the time to indulge in this feeling. Is it too late for an extension?
I like her animations for Layla.
Stars, shine for
I'm gonna be really curious to see how she ends up working out, but I am more than likely gonna be building her right away. Her and Nahida. God.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
So, you think this is over?
Wait. No.
Something bad happened. That is not okay.
That's the secret hidden by Ermin's soul concerning the truth of this world.
Oh, is that Hypatia? Things not looking good for Hypatia.
No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of Wisdom. At my command, you shall fall. My endless cycle begins.
God, this boss is gonna be so hype.
Was to sacrifice the traveler here, was it not?
Nilu, are you sure about this? You're taking such a great risk for them.
You know, they really are incorporating a lot of the player characters into the story in Sumeru, and I'm here for it.
I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hathem's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Brothers, let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Quasar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
Creating a god. We are using human wisdom to create a god. Let us reenact a scene of the Archon War. Come and inaugurate my birth as a god.
This is gonna be an absolute, this is gonna be absolute insanity, you guys. Absolute insanity. This version's gonna be crazy. I don't even know really what to think. I am insanely excited for 3.2. I'm really ready to see where they're going to go with the story. I mean, you know, obviously, like that's always been my biggest investment with the game is, you know, with the story. So I am super excited to see what they're gonna do with this. I wouldn't expect a one and done like they did with you know, in Inazuma with Signora. I don't expect to see Scaramouche ascend and then you'll never see him again because we kill him or something. I don't think we're going to be watching yet another of the Harbingers face their last here, but I do think that we are going to conclude at least this portion of Scaramouche's arc. But I do think, and I've been saying it for a long time, you guys, I do think that Scaramouche has had fairly frequent redemption flags. So I do think that the foreshadowing has long been here for that. So, you know, obviously I don't have any confirmation of it yet, but for those of you who want Scaramouche to stay evil, I wouldn't be counting on it. You know, he may stay a conflicted character who's got a lot of growth to make, but I honestly, I do not see any way they can resolve Scaramouche's emotional problems without bringing A into the story somewhere. So like he has, you know, we had that other trailer that came out not that long ago.
Imagine this.
Let me pause this so it stops playing. We had that other trailer that came up, you know, a couple of weeks ago where Scaramouche, or it was the animated one. It's one of the cutscenes from the 3.1 story, where he specifically calls out that he feels like he was abandoned by his mother, tossed aside like trash, and he's talking about A. So I don't think that, you know, they can conclude his story without resolution there, because A still exists. He knows that she's still around, and honestly, his feeling that he was discarded by A is not the truth of what happened to him. If you go back and you look at the story, she didn't discard him like trash. If she had discarded him like trash, she would have, you know, left him, deactivated and discarded like all the other failed puppets that came before him. She gave him a fully functional heart in hopes that he would take it and live as the humans do. That's what she had hoped for him, because she knew that he was not necessarily adjusted well enough to be an Archon, that the Gnosis, you know, it consumed him with grief from the events of her own past. He couldn't deal with that. So she wanted to give him a chance to just be normal. And sadly, his own life ended up being, tragic. And it kind of left him with a bad taste in his mouth. And, you know, sometimes people wear their scars in different ways. So I don't see how they can actually resolve his storyline without A coming back into the fold somewhere. There is a conflict to be had between the two of them. I don't know if they're going to do that in 3.2, but what I would expect is whatever happens here, we're going to lose track of him again, at least for a little while. That's what I would suspect, because I don't think we're just going to see A magically pop up in Sumeru to help save the day. I don't think that's going to happen. There's not been any foreshadowing of that. There's not been any indication that A is aware of what's going on with Scaramouche at all. So they're going to need to build us into that a little bit. So he may, end up back in Inazuma after the events of this not going well for the Harbingers. But I do think on some level, things will go well for the Harbingers, right? Because their goal is to get all the Gnosis. So, I mean, honestly, I don't, he had the Electro-Gnosis, and I'm sure that's how they, helped to project him into this form. But they want all of them, right? They need to get Nahida's. They need to get the Electro one to use it however they want to use that. But he has it right now. So, it kind of makes me wonder if they were like, all right, well, we'll just make him into a god for now. And if that doesn't work, we'll take it from him. So what I would kind of expect is, maybe even like a backstabbing kind of thing. Maybe the doctor will take it from him directly after, we put Scaramouche down. So we'll see what happens. But I feel like, Scaramouche is one of those characters that will end up running a redemption arc. They don't give you all of these like sad, tragic little flags that once showed us that he was a good person, somebody who cared about people, and then hardened his heart, very Saritsa-esque, to reject the pain of the worof he had a life not terribly dissimilar from A, and like this shows just how good of a replica she kind of did build. Is like, she lived a life of tragedy and ran from the world, and he did too, but he did it by building up a shield of hate for everybody because he felt like everybody was abandoning him. So he has his own problems to work through, but also one of the other major things is around the time where, all of these bad things were happening is when, the doctor found him and started, messing with his mind. I think that Scaramouche is more of a victim than we may all realize here. Like there's, I think, a lot of foul play involved in how he got the way he is. So we're going to have to, again, wait and see how it plays out. But I will be very, very surprised if we don't see him lose his status as a would-be Archon, right? Like, I don't necessarily think that the intention is there for them to even be able to do that with the Gnosis, to just make another Archon when the previous one didn't even die. I don't know if that's how Celestia lets the rules play. So there could be some kind of a kickback here, even where there's parts of the system that they don't understand fully. Who knows? And then at that point, along the route of Scaramouche being redeemed, I've always been, of the ilk to think that Scaramouche could be, I guess it would be the second, but I always thought it could be interesting if we do see him redeemed, that he could be the second character that we see on screen receive their own vision, which would be, like a great indicator of him having overcome his life's ambition, right? Like whatever it is that he wants, like, for a character like him to ascend to, Allogene, of his own volition, of his own accord, to overcome the, the trials of his past, I think that would be really interesting. Obviously, the end of the Aranara quest we saw, one of the NPCs, get a vision, but it was a little bit off screen. They didn't spend a lot of time like trying to make it look fancy and super crazy or anything, but I think for a character like that, I think they'd spend a little extra time with like, hey, here's him getting his vision. So I think something could be really interesting there. Akron says that Teyvat Historia. What if they mentioned God a lot, as if saying he's not an Archon, but something else? Well, I mean, I guess there is that aspect to it as well. I think maybe we may use God and Archon too interchangeably, right? We have the God of contracts and the God of wisdom, all that stuff. These are who they are, but like Archon is the title that's given to those that hold the Gnosis. So, and those who, were chosen by Celestia. So, maybe it's not necessarily a completely interchangeable term. You wanted to see him try to absorb the Gnosis and fail and almost die, then lead to his growth into healing his trauma. I think that could be something that happens here, right? Like, we don't know exactly the circumstances here about how the Gnosis is being used. Like, obviously, it's Electro, so the Gnosis is definitely being used, but we don't know to what end that they've forced along his ability to become an Archon in this way. We know that he was a puppet that was designed to hold a Gnosis. That was what he was for. So the only reason they were able to ascend him to this point is because that is what he was designed to do. But without the actual, without the actual, what's the word? I don't want to say permission from an Archon to have that role. God, with the bots today. We don't know exactly how that will go about working. So, there could be, a lot of unforeseen consequence for Scaramouche in them going through this the way that they are. So again, like with all things, time will tell. I've already done a great deal of speculating based on, speculating educated guesses here, so we'll see. TH, after saving Rana, did you go see the NPC? I think so. Like the actual Rana NPC? Yeah, I think I did, but I did that weeks ago now. I don't necessarily remember what came up after that. Yeah, so, I mean, Rana gained a lot, and she overcame, and she kept, like, I think, the idea was, like, she stayed dedicated to the cause, and after we saved her, she was rewarded for, like, her good deeds kind of thing. She did gain wisdom, obviously, and that's probably what, came to her getting a Dendro vision, potentially, as opposed to, something else. Archon is a station. The gods are very powerful elemental beings, or as I call them, the gods of Teyvat. They are born of Teyvat rather than created by Celestia. So yes, that is as I understand it. And we've even also seen others bring up the idea. I think it was Al-Haytham, maybe. He brought up the idea that the gods, as we know them, are not different from the humans of Teyvat. They're born of Teyvat just like everybody else. They're just a little bit more powerful. Whereas, yeah, you're right. Like, Archon is a station. So it, but here's one of the things where I don't understand the dividing lines here, right? Because we were told by Venti very early on that having a vision makes you an allogene. It makes you a potential, a potential individual that can ascend to be made into an Archon, I think is the word. I don't think they said God. I think they said Archon. So, but perhaps I may need to go back and look at that that actual line of dialogue and see, because if he said God, then there could be a different indicator there that maybe not differentiating between the two words can actually cause a bit of a disconnect where when differentiating between the words, if it is God and not Archon, but I think it was Archon, then it actually could mean a great deal more than we thought it did. Do you think the Fatui will get their hands on the Dendronoses? Can't the Fatui, for once, fail in getting the Gnosis? So here's the thing, Kyria, I think about that. Yeah, they could fail at getting the Gnosis, but here's the thing. How does the story continue from there, right? Like, their goal is to get all the Gnosis. So, if they fail to get it, then we're going to have to come back for them to still try and get it. So, yeah, I suppose they could fail, but because it's, like the whole idea is like, it's about the journey, right? So some of these little inevitable things, like they'll get all the Gnosis so that they can actually hatch out their plan to some greater effect much later on, I think is the more likely event, just because these are one of those like story ideas where, okay, you kind of get this idea, we're in for the long haul. They're going to keep doing this until it builds to some major event later. It's like Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones for the snap. They're going to do it. That's the point. It's how do the heroes come back from it afterwards? That's the journey. That's what we're waiting for. So we kind of just have to keep writing it out to see what's going to happen at the end of that. He's just taking the form of his possessed. You're talking about Venti? Yeah, I think you're talking about Venti. I don't have context for what it is you guys are talking about, but I'm assuming you're talking about Venti. Jesus, Akron. What snap sarcasm. Anyway, so now that I've kind of gotten through my initial thoughts on the trailer, I want to get into the chat here for just a minute, and then just in case you guys have any questions about it, go ahead and about the trailer, go ahead and put it up. If maybe there was stuff that you guys noticed that I didn't notice, put it in the chat. We'll discuss that, and then after that, I'm going to get into some of what we have going on what some of my plans are for the channel in the near future, and then I'm gonna also get into this event that's gonna expire because I need to get that knocked out before the end of today. 90% sure that the Academia has the Gnosis inside of Akasha Terminal. So I do think that that is actually, like, I do think that they may have it, because I think it was, well, I don't know. They did say that the Akasha is powered by the Gnosis, right? But, you know, we don't know whether or not Ruka Teyvat actually gave up her Gnosis in order to create that system or not, or whether Nahida still has it within her. I would rather think that maybe she would still have it in her, but I don't know. You went back to the Venti chat on a clip to YouTube. He said that visions allow you to attain godhood. Okay, so he didn't say Archon. He said godhood, which would mean that it doesn't necessarily put you in. It doesn't necessarily allow you to be chosen as a successor Archon, but it does allow you to become among those who can, right? Like it's not like, okay, everybody who has an electrovision is now a potential given for that, but it's rather everybody who is an electro Archon could ascend to godhood. At that point, they would have to probably fight amongst the gods. Like, is the entire roster of Genshin Impact like destined to be pitted against each other in another Archon war? That would be insanity. God, these bots today, Jesus Christ, come on. I have reported so many bots today, you guys. This is getting crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting thought though, for sure. That definitely makes me wonder, like, like all of those vision holders could just be then forced to fight each other, because we do know that they're during the era of the Archon War, that, you know, the victors became Archons, the losers had to die. In fact, there's even, you know, like it's a little bit of a lesser known aspect of A's background, but, you know, because Makoto and A were fighting as a pair, one of them had to die for the other to ascend, and A sacrificed herself, her actual physical body, so that Makoto could ascend to become the Archon. And then afterwards, Makoto, I think it's Makoto, she remade her essentially, but not as a puppet form. I think like she had an ability to like reconstitute her and bring her soul back, but I don't know exactly how that worked. So there's a lot of considerations with this difference, and actually kind of discussing the difference between a god and an Archon. So yeah, that's actually really interesting. Archon War 2, the second one. Yeah, I think that a second Archon War could be a thing that we actually could see. That would be very interesting. You think Nahida probably still has the Gnosis because it powers the Akasha, which is why she's locked up, because otherwise it makes no sense for the sages to keep her around since they clearly don't like her. Also true, right? Like, oh, that actually kind of makes it worse, right? Like, they're keeping her locked up, but they're using her Gnosis as a battery. So they're basically using their child Archon as a battery. That's kind of messed up. He's the monster amongst us. Zhongli was an adepti before godhood. Yeah, I do think that is the general consensus about Zhongli's prior story. The Akasha was created before the Cataclysm 500 years ago. We know that. But when the Academia was created 1,000 years ago, the sages didn't have access to it without Ruka. Thus, the terminal was created from Nahida being a server. Boy, I think the idea that they didn't have access to, because I was to understand that Ruka left the terminal behind as kind of like a gift, right? I thought that was something that that she left behind for the people of Sumeru, and that was something that was something that she had wanted for everybody. So I don't know that I had ever considered it like that. Maybe this is one of those interpretation differences, but maybe I might want to go back and look at that again. I might have missed a nuance there in understanding. Be like the British and be like, it'll be a great war. Jesus. Nope, Nahida was the first terminal after Ruka death. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I need to go back and look at it, because the way I thought I understood it was like right before she sacrificed herself, she had allowed it to be a thing. But I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood that. The time loop was so annoying. I mean, I found technically it wasn't a time loop, right? It was a dream that we were reliving over and over again. But I actually found that really interesting, the way they did that. But I've always been a sucker for anything that appears as a time thing. And then learning that it was a dream that we were trapped in, I also thought led to a really nice payoff with like the visuals and how it played out for Nilou's dance at the end. I thought that was really, really cool. Yeah, she's been locked up for 500 years. I mean, she's been locked up since she was born. Yeah, true. Also, kind of messed up. Thus, Nahida, baby jail, can't let the server out. Yeah, so, I mean, that's another big deal, right? Like, if they let Nahida out, or if she decides to leave after on her own, will the Akasha continue to work? I guess we'll find out. I am kind of inclined to think that no, it won't. And I kind of think that that's probably going to be like one of the necessities of the future, right? Like they're going to have to let that go. Because there does seem to be some negative consequences, like all the people can't dream and stuff in order to use it, unless Nahida can actually learn to control it better at some point along the progression of the quest line. I guess we'll find out. Let's see, it doesn't work well out of Sumeru City. Also true. I also have a theory about the little helper during the Scara boss. Maybe it could be Nahida in a more regressed form, kind of like how Venti used to be really small wisp when he was weaker. Who knows? Yeah, maybe. Or it could just be, you know, like something that Nahida, you know, kind of assigns to us as a helper. Yet another damn bot today. This is absolute insanity. I cannot with this today. This is freaking ridiculous, man. All right, more bots. I want to see the sages in academia faces knowing Nahida is Lord Ruka, right? That actually, so that was a huge revelation at the end of the 3.1 quest line. Like when they revealed that Nahida wasn't just, you know, like a baby Archon. She wasn't any baby Archon. She's just Ruka Teyvat after expelling a great deal of power, as we understand it. So that was massive and kind of unexpected. So for the sages, if they don't already know, because I actually rather think that maybe they do, and that they saw this as an opportunity to control their god and become kind of de facto gods of themselves, which is why they continue to marginalize Kusanali in Ruka Teyvat's absence, you know, because it allowed them to continue to control. So Beans is here. Thank you for handling the bots, Beans. Sages withholding that information. Yeah, honestly, I rather think that they actually do know. I really do. And Warpaint Unicorn saying Sages withholding that information. Sages know. Yeah, I think the head sages definitely know. I do think that probably a lot of the higher ups below them probably do not. But we'll have to, again, see how that plays out. You think vision holders are basically a pool of humans that can potentially become gods. Celestia chooses those with whatever requirements they need to ascend to Celestia. There they are held until, yeah. TH, have I completed the Golden Slumber World quest line? What are my thoughts if I have finished it? Golden Slumber. Oh God, I'm trying to remember which one that is. Let me check something. I have one. Old Notes and New Friends is the one that I have right now. So I'm thinking yes. Remind me which one that was. Was that the R&R one? Yes, if so, I did finish that one. And then there was the other one that came immediately after it in 3.1 with Ben and Jet. I did finish that one as well. But then there's the part that comes after that I have not done yet. Cycle repeats, and those held are dropped back down as God. Then new Archon War is fought for a new 7. Yeah, and I mean that's I think one of the major ideas that we're trying to interrupt, right? Like maybe that might even be what the Sarita's ultimate goal is to end the cycle. But again, we don't really know much about her motivations still. There 100% won't be another Archon War. The Sarita will take down Celestia before it happens. Well, I do expect to see Celestia toppled because I suspect that Celestia is the ultimate villain of the game, right? I obviously they're playing subtleties of like shades of gray with, you know, who's good and who's bad in some degree. But yeah, I think that I do think that, you know, the cycle will be broken. I think that's the point of the story that we're encountering right now. Golden Slumber is Desert. Okay, so yeah, that probably was the one that I did with Ben Ben. Then yeah, that was a good quest. It finished a little bit sadder than I was anticipating, but with some like nice high notes still at the end. It was nice. Yeah, I liked that quest. Actually, I rather think that the world quests that have come out since Sumeru released have been some of the best world quests that we've had in the game. You know, bar none. Like obviously, like the world quests in Inazuma were memorable. You know, I'm not gonna forget anytime soon the world quest for the sacred Sakura cleansing ritual. That was a really interesting and obviously very sad quest too. What with us learning the ultimate fate of oh god, how Kitsune Saigu died. Like you learn a lot of the circumstances of how she was lost, and that was a really touching quest as well. But these Sumeru ones, man, like they've been really interesting. And you know, of course, with the Aranara world quest, we also learned a bit about what our sibling was doing during their time in Sumeru. So that was super interesting as well. Have I gone into the relations between Teyvat and the imaginary tree? Are you talking about Immersal? I haven't really done any like lore dives about it because so many other creators have been doing that I kind of felt that it might be repetitive unless I've come up with something that that maybe somebody has missed. But yeah, I mean, there may be reasons for me to explore that now that Sumeru has made, you know, the tree so front and center. Like it's obviously not going to be possible for me to avoid it at this point, especially given its connection to the ley lines and all that. So. Let's see. Hey, have a good one, Andy. Thanks for being here. Immersal is the root of the world. Yes. Celestia has erased a lot of lives, but I think it's to plug the void abyss corruption at this point. But they don't care about the collateral damage of lives lost. They definitely don't. They really, really do not. But to me, it's, you know, one of those things where like some of the best, like some of the worst things in the world have been done with like the greatest intentions, right? Like just absolutely like they have what seems like a noble intention, but it's really not. You know, it's actually, you know, there's a lot of just really terrible things that have been done with, you know, good intentions for a certain group of people. And if you're anybody else, then it doesn't matter. And that's kind of where I see Celestia. And I kind of don't really think Celestia has any really great intent for the people of Teyvat. I think they're kind of a means to an end only, and that kind of dispassionate reaction to life is really dangerous. So I think that Celestia is going to be revealed to be the not so gray villain of this game in time. I really do. My biggest wish is learning Goddess of Flowers' name. I feel rude not knowing her name when I can do Ruka Devata and Deshret. So yeah, that's one of the ones that we haven't, I guess, learned yet. You're right. Celestia thinks that the threat of whatever would befall Teyvat is worth the hell they put them through. Well, that really depends. You know, like hell is maybe a point of view, depending on you know, who it is. When the world was still the void, we don't really know much about what was going on there. We just know that, you know, like all of the Vishaps and all those were in power, and there were 7 nations already at that time. So, you know, this is just part of the cycle. Thinks that okay, let's see. I think Celestia is holding back a greater evil. I really don't know. I think Celestia looks at Teyvat as nothing but lab rats. That's kind of Warpaint. That's basically how I look at it too. I really do. I think that Celestia is using Teyvat as a way of maybe even harvesting energy, you know, because we do have some like historical, you know, markings of their presence over certain nations and then destruction following that. And whether or not, you know, like I feel really hard pressed that like genocide can ever be explained away for any good purpose, right? Like that's just not going to be okay. So yeah, we'll see. Obviously, I think we're going to get back into whatever's going on with the Traveler's sibling and Dane and Celestia, those sorts of topics after 3.2. So somewhere, 3.3, 3.4, somewhere around there, we're going to probably check back in with Dane and the sibling, because that has been kind of the way things have gone throughout our previous quest lines. 1.4, and then I think again in 2.4, so maybe 3.4 we should be seeing that again, but we'll see. I don't think Celestia is that evil, to be honest. Have I read the description of the Staff of Scarlet Sands? No, I don't think I have. But, this is, again, one of those things. History is, written by the victors and all that stuff. So there could be, some interesting, like, point of view things being left all throughout Teyvat that are kind of just meant to, be things that throw you off the trail, or things that, are kind of meant to have been represented by somebody who maybe looks at it through a more positive lens, and then there's going to be others who look at it through a negative lens. But here's the thing, is that Celestia has been ongoing the victor, so we don't necessarily see those negative representations, those negative connotations displayed very frequently, if at all. But that's what makes that potential, to me, so interesting, and what makes it so likely, because the whole world basically looks at Celestia as the abode of the abode of the gods, the place where the gods that rule over the gods are. But if you go all the way back to the manga, they painted a scene of Vanessa going to Celestia, to the abode of the gods, and being ascended to a god herself. And that scene was uncomfortable. They did not build that as any kind of a thing that was meant to be like benevolent and happy, or something that like a normal person should go to at all. It seemed intentionally meant to be off-putting. Even Venti has these like dark figures where when asked about Celestia, he knew immediately that he couldn't say anything because there's like these dark cloaked figures that are watching over him. Like, they did not establish these little things, these little ideas that, there are those who would do these people harm, and that these things would be, intentionally off-putting or uncomfortable without a reason, right? Like, these are just these little foreshadowed bits that have existed now for quite some time in the game, that have kind of long painted that story that way for me. You think the statues of the Seven probably leech the power of the ley lines to Celestia? Maybe. And that also might be part of the reason why Lumine and the Abyssal Order were trying to taint one of them in 1.4. That was quite a little while ago now, and we never actually returned back to the idea of what was going on with that. But we do know that whatever it is that they did to that statue of the Seven, it had the power to actually kill a person if you stayed nearby it, because there was that one NPC who had gotten too close to it and he died. And even then, like during the boss fight or after the boss fight, if you stayed too close to it, your HP would go down until you died. So yeah, they definitely implied very deeply that if you mess with the energies of the statues of the Seven, they can be dangerous. More bots. God, these bots today. Will Dane ask us the same questions about Inazuma and Sumeru? I'm not sure if I know your meaning with that. You're very convinced that Hoyo wants to connect Genshin to their big universe. Oh, I absolutely think they want to do that. Bit off topic at this point. We've already finished cleaning up Mondstadt and Leo's issues. What if there are any more problems that the Traveler has to fix? What would the problem be? You mean like in Lewa and Mondstadt? I mean, listen, there's still unresolved story threads in Mondstadt. There's, again, there is the missing Animo statue of the Seven that the Abyssal Order took and corrupted. That's still there. We just left it there. There's a whole section of Mondstadt's map to the north that we haven't been given yet. So there's still things that still need to be explored there, and there are likely conflicts to be had with all of that. Not to mention the whole fact that Varka and the expedition team, all that, like, have still not come back yet. So whatever would actually draw them back be it the completion of their mission or something bad happening in Mondstadt, would obviously be pretty important. So there's threads there that definitely need to be pulled on as well. And then, of course, there's also anything revolving around the god of time in Mondstadt as well, because that was a god that was worshipped in Mondstadt as well. As far as Leo is concerned, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but there's probably some things, if I actually gave it some time to think about, that would probably come up there too. Celestia kind of sounds like that one thing in SAO. One thing. I don't know if I know what you mean. Agree with you. Okay, honestly, at this point, it seems like we're going to be teaming up with the Abyss to take on Celestia, and I really hope we are, because that might mean playable Anjo. Doubtful, but I can hope. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that Anjo is ever going to be a playable character, but I do think that in some way, the Abyss and the Traveler are going to have somewhat of a crossover in terms of their allegiances and their goals. But I really don't necessarily think, unless Lumine can temper her intentions to some degree, or be released from this idea that she has possibly been misled, that things are going to play out where they're actually just working towards the exact same goal. Also, there is also a Celestial Nail Energy North in the Desert Tornado Sand store that's out of bounds. Yeah, so yeah, we do know that that's what created the Desert Warpaint. So there's a little bit of things that we did learn from that we do need to go over. Wow, read the new 5-star weapon stories when you got time. I actually might do that today. That's something it's one of those like little things that's been sitting there like in the back of my mind, like, yeah, I need to do that, because those always give you good information. I haven't gotten around to doing it yet. But honestly, I've been so busy, and that's one of the things I actually want to talk about in the stream today. Let's see. Actually, so I think I'm gonna go through one more question here, and then I'll probably get into that. So Kyra says at Teyvat Historia, do you think the Traveler knows that Nahida is Ruka? Oh yeah, absolutely. So when we got to the tomb of King Deshret, and it was revealed what happened, the Traveler absolutely clocked that information, and absolutely the Traveler seemed to be putting together another connection at that moment. That's actually what my next video is about. I've already completed recording it. I'm working on completing the audio balance and then getting all the video stuff, so expect that this week, actually, sometime. And I think that this is a good transition for me to get into what's coming for my channel here in the near future, which is I've been pretty busy for a little while. That's obvious, because it's been like 2 months since I've had a normal video now. But the next video is actually quite far along in the process. It probably just like I don't know, like 8 to 10 hours work away from being completed. I need to actually have some time to sit down and do it. But since I've started the channel, I have my own career outside of working on the channel. Obviously, the channel is not anything that can support me, at least not with the kind of time that I have to put money into, or put my time into it right now. But what I've been doing for the longest time is like contract work, and that ends in February. So I have some major changes coming soon, and some of that has to be positioned. So I'm working through some of that. So I still have some things to deal with there, and that job itself actually keeps me quite busy outside of creating content and all of that too sometimes. But on top of that, I also was working on all the cosplay stuff that we were doing for DragonCon back in September. And so that took me a couple of months to get through all that, because most of the free time that I had that would have normally been spent on making content was spent doing that. Which, by the way, I'll be wearing that costume for my stream on Halloween at the beginning of stream week, starting next Monday. So, shout out to my Zhongli costume. That'll be, I'll be, like I said, I'll be wearing that on Monday. But yeah, so we spent a lot of time doing that. And then, unfortunately, while at the con, we ended up getting COVID, which was absolutely awful. That was absolutely horrible. That is, if you have not had the unique pleasure of having COVID-19, well, for one, don't. But if you do, it sucks. Oh my God, it sucks. That is a flu unlike anything I have ever had. Well, it's just, it was terrible. It was just terrible. It took me, I don't know, like 9 days-ish, 10 days to actually properly kick the majority of like the the symptoms that really made me feel bad. And so that was just, more time loss when I got back. And then I had to obviously like kind of redouble my efforts when going back to work after that, because I missed 2 weeks of work after I got back. So that kind of left me tied up with all of that. And then I finally got back to work. And then about 2 weeks ago, I had surgery because I've had for a long time, I've had a deviated septum, and I actually finally had that corrected because I've not really been able to properly breathe out of my nose for quite some time. And that was something I needed to have taken care of because it had come to a point where I just could not stand it anymore. I have an opportunity to do it, so I just needed to get it done. So I did it. And if I'm quite honest with you, I'm actually still dealing with quite a bit of pain from that. Fortunately, it was the less invasive version of it. They call it a septoplasty, so they don't actually have to like cut open your nose or anything. They just, do it, basically up your nose. To any of you who have had that done, I'm so sorry, because it really hurts. The whole process, you'll basically be living on pills for a little while. And then they jam a bunch of like packs up your nostrils that you have to live with for a few days, and that was not great. And quite possibly one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life was having those packs removed. That was pretty bad, not gonna lie. But the entire experience of the surgery left me just sitting on my couch drooling on myself for 4 days. And then another, it's been about 2 weeks since I had the surgery in total now. So a lot of that was just me kind of trying to chill and deal with pain management because my face hurt so much and my sinuses were killing me. And, honestly, it's been a little bit of a nice break to just kind of de-stress and not worry about too many things. I definitely was still trying to take care of like some of the Genshin side things, like getting story quests done and trying to get through that so I can clock details and try to, make sure that I'm staying up on the story aspects of that. But I think after 2 years of working on the channel and also working full time, I needed some time for me to kind of, take care of some health things that had been slipping. And so I had to take that time to do that. So that's one of the reasons why, I really haven't had it. That is the reasons why I haven't had any content for the last couple of months. I've only had occasional streams because that's really all I've had time to do. So now that all of that is kind of resolved, I can kind of start working on focusing my efforts up on making content again. But I have a lot of ideas for things coming up. I'm bringing back some old video styles that I haven't been doing and that I kind of didn't think I was going to do anymore, which is first and foremost, character origin videos are coming back because those were always my favorite and I missed doing those. So those are coming back. I'm going to start doing those again pretty much immediately. I've already got the next two that I already know which next two are happening. I actually had a vote up for one of them, so Candace won that vote. So I'm definitely going to be doing Origins of Candace, but I'm also going to be doing another one that I already know which one it's going to be. I'm hoping to have that one done before Candace. Actually, I know I said from the poll that Candace was going to be next, but if I can't, it will be ahead of Candace's. That is the plan, but it'll depend on how long it takes me to finish this new theory that I'm working on. But it is, like I said, I've already recorded it. I have some balancing and video editing to do on it. So I'm hoping to get that one done with all haste here very, very soon. So we should be making progress on that. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give everybody an update as to what was going on with that. So I really am hoping to get back to regular content here pretty much immediately.
It's all right though, because
and kind of move on from there. Do I already have Candace at friendship level 10? No, she's like 6 or 7, but you only need him at 6 to get all the details. So, but that's where she is. Yeah. So I do need to also get into this event stuff that I have not yet finished. So we're going to get into that here. But I'll also take questions about channel stuff if you guys have any questions, and also still open to talking about 3.2 stuff while I work on this. So if you guys got questions, shoot them back at me. I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys all an update on that because those of you who are here on the stream, obviously, are those who would be most interested in that. And probably the most likely to be waiting for actual freaking content to come out, because I'm so sorry I haven't been able to make any. Like, obviously, I've been kind of crazy busy with things, and yeah, so it's been an interesting time for me. Have I tried Nilou? Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like Nilou doesn't really fit the she doesn't really fit the meta, but I do think that she's fun. I don't know, I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I really feel about Nahida as a playable character. I definitely don't dislike the character. I think she's fun. She's a Hydro character as well, so like there's really I'm not going to say anything bad about any of the Hydro characters because I love them all so much. All right, so we're going to go straight to the extreme score for those because I need to go ahead and get through all of this. So we're going to see how all of this goes. Most of the time, my strategy on this event is just throw whatever party I have that has the most damage output at it first, and then if it looks like I need to change it, then I'll change it. That's usually, I mean, listen, that's not different from my strategy in the Spiral Abyss. Usually doing that gets me, you know, like 35 out of 36 stars, and then I just have to readjust one thing to go and you know, get that last star. So if it's good enough there, usually it's good enough here, so we'll just kind of see how this ends up working out. Oh, that's right. You only get 2 characters. So I just kind of need to space them out and then configure skills for them. So let's see which characters I really want to pair up with what other characters. Obviously, Raiden and Sara will be paired together. Let's see. Who else? Usually I like to put Eula with Fischl for the cut down on that. See, who else do we have here? Obviously, we have characters like Nilou, who I do have built. Usually, I like to have Yelan with Xingqiu because their damage output together is pretty ridiculous. But I'm kind of wondering if that's actually something I definitely want to do right now. We'll see. Because sometimes I like to spread that damage out a little bit. Yelan does a ton of damage on her own anyways. So I'm kind of wondering maybe if I put her with Kokomi, then I just get the buff for Yelan. It'll up her damage anyways, give her a little bit of healing in case I need it. I have no other element there, but I wouldn't have had it with Xingqiu anyways. So I'm not really, you know, that worried about it. Nilou and Xingqiu actually might work as an interesting combo, maybe even Bennett, but I don't know if that's necessary. I actually do like using Hu Tao with Xingqiu as well. That can work nicely sometimes. Let's see. I actually am still quite working on my Sino. He's not quite there yet. You know, once Nilou came out, I started working on her more, and I'm still working on getting him built up. So he's getting there. He's only level 80. I got to get him to ascended to 90. I'm probably not going to actually level him to 90. I leveled Nilou to 90 because, you know, she scales HP. So I wanted to make sure she got all of that. All right. So usually I put Ayaka and Shenhe together because they really do boost off of each other, but I can also run them independently with other characters. But I think I'm going to pair them together, and we're going to kind of see how that ends up going. Actually, you know what? No, I am going to separate them. Let's see. Let's take Shen away. I'm going to throw her Diona for some recharge and some healing in case it becomes necessary, and then I'm going to give Shen Chongyun because that usually works out pretty well as well. And then I have one to go. A lot of the times I end up throwing Mona into one or Ganyu into one because Ganyu's always good as well. So usually it'll be like Ganyu and Zhongli or something. I haven't thrown Xingqiu at all yet, which seems like a waste. Ito, Albedo, no. My Ito, like, I just don't like playing Ito. His playstyle just, there's just something about it. It kind of feels like Yoimiya to me. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know. It's just one of those ones that I don't like. But I'm kind of thinking Ganyu and Zhongli might be the way to go. But it is going to be like 3 cryos in a row, so it kind of gives me very low, like elemental diversity here, which is kind of like I need to alternate them a little bit. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this one all the way up here at number 1, and then I'm gonna rotate them down here just to split that up a little bit. Because sometimes if you get in those ones where you don't have an element that you need to kind of rotate through that. Obviously, Diluc wouldn't necessarily be... Like, I've actually got him built to a decent point these days. He's actually producing, but I'd actually much rather use Hu Tao than Diluc in a lot of cases. I haven't even put my Bennett on, or my Xiangling on anything yet. Which is kind of weird, because both of them, are very helpful. Sometimes they work out well enough on their own just because her burst does so much damage. But I'm kind of actually wondering, just for fun, if Nilou and Xiangling would actually work out okay together. That could be interesting. But I also haven't put my dude Kazuha in anything yet either, which could be nice. I don't necessarily need all this with Ayaka. If I don't necessarily need her Diona with her if I have Kazuha, because I think things will work out pretty well there. So I'm kind of thinking maybe with Ayaka. Yeah, I think I might roll with this. I think my Nilou might. This actually might be kind of a weak run, but I don't know. We'll see. I do think even in my Nilou's current like build state with Xiangling, they might end up working out. So let's go ahead and configure skills now. You know, a lot of the times this team will be like Bennett and Mona for me, just because it works. But let's see. Okay, so we've got some elemental things. I actually kind of want to sit on this one first because this should be Hydro. All party members gain 60%. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and load that up there. What is this? Active character deals elemental damage. That character will gain 80% increased damage for 6 seconds. Yeah, that's going to be kind of dumb. We'll roll that too. What does this one do? All party members gain 60% physical. That'll go to Eula for sure. Fervor accumulation rate is greatly increased. Let's see. All party members gain 60% cryo. I kind of think that maybe I'll throw that one to Shen because that's definitely the only damage they're going to be producing. But Ayaka's usually will do the same. This is crit damage. Crit damage is always nice. I'm actually going to give that one to them. I think my Ayaka has good enough crit damage to make that work. Definitely Shogun will take that one. All right, let's go and take a look at some of these again. Actually really need to give something to Nilou. Just 60% attack. I don't know if that's really going to be super helpful. Elemental Mastery could be decent for Nilou. Normal attack damage dealt. Her infusion. I don't remember if her infusion still counts as normal attack damage. I kind of think it does, but I don't remember. Oh, 60% max HP. Yeah, okay, never mind. Nilou's taking that. Normal attack can definitely work for Eula, so I'm going to give her that. Let's see. 15% or 15 seconds after the party takes the field, when a character triggers swirl on opponents, they will generate 2 elemental particles. Okay, so that actually would work nice for Ayaka with Kazuha. Let's see. After the party takes the field, they will create a vacuum field lasting 15 seconds that pulls opponents in and deals animo damage to opponents within its AoE once every second. That's interesting. Might be good just because my Raiden doesn't have very good ability to gather. After the party takes the field, they will create a rippling field lasting 15 seconds that follows the character around and deals hydro damage. Well, that would give an reaction, but we'll see. This is using Dendro Cores, Burgeon, Hyper Bloom damage. Shockwave will unleash that deals true damage. So just a lot of Bloom stuff here. Interesting. I think I am going to go with this vacuum field for them. And then this one is Rippling Field. So this would actually give me... oh, nope. That will give me some freeze options. So I think that actually will work nicely for them too. Janice says, please can you one-time review my account ID? So I actually can't do that right now, Janet, because I don't have a lot of time today. However, I'm going to be having a stream week next week, starting on Halloween. I would be interested in doing that next week. So if you want to check in on one of my streams next week, I would be interested in doing that. Akaran, I have not forgotten. We're going to do that next week too, because I know you already like claimed your points in like 6 months ago to do that, and I've just never had the damn time to do it. So we'll do that next week too. Matrix, well, you're like me, you do events on the last day. I'm so busy lately. I just never have time to do them. Usually I try to do them immediately, but I just have not had the time. Right, we're going to go ahead and throw this right away, and let's get this going. Yeah, it's not too bad, I'll say. Looks pretty decent. It's a kind of a crap load of damage. I'm here for that. Good job, Nilou. You're doing good. Up until her infusion wore off, and now it's not as good. But I'll have this coming back here in a second. Combat going down in, what is it, 4 seconds? I should not have done that. That was a mistake. All right. Where is my... Oh, God. There it is. Okay. I made a mistake there. That's fine. Oh, my God. My fischl just got crammed.
To the core. Beg for mercy.
Oh, come on. Stop running for me. Just die. Okay, we're moving.
Crush. Shadow Raven. Black Knight.
All right, come on, let's go. 4 seconds. I feel like these are going faster than they used to. All right, gotta swap again. But that was the wrong skill. Whatever, it's fine. I don't care. Rusty. All right. My Yelan's so dumb. She does so much damage. Yeah, Yelan quickly became one of my favorite characters in this game because 1, she's Hydro, 2, she's awesome. So yeah, my Yelan does so much good work. All right, I'm not gonna use any more skills because I do think that would just be a mistake. All right. Go ahead and bring them all to the center. They're already cryoed, so that should help a lot. Yeah, that first group got pretty much crushed. God, I do feel like it kind of is forcing us through a little faster than it used to, though. Get over here. Ah, going after the bugs. 4 seconds. Come on, die. Nah, that one's not gonna die. Okay, gotta swap.
There is no escape. Glory to the Shogun.
Okay. Oh, we're good. I do like that vacuum kind of brought them all together. It works for me. Everybody dies immediately now. A, I haven't been using her that much lately. Not since I got Yelan. Like, A has not seen as much field time as she used to in the presence of Yelan. But kind of a shame. I will use this first thing. She'll regen that pretty quick. And combat ability is decreased right after I got like smashed by that thing.
My will embodied.
Works for me. I don't care. Here, have some more cryo damage. Cryo damage for everybody. Ow! Come on. Don't have enough healing, I don't think, for this, but we'll be all right.
From whence you came, swift and merciful.
Yeah, we're still good. I just gotta stay in the field so I get decent damage going. Come on, die already. Jeez. Okay, decreased again. I did that out of order. I should have had Zhongling's ability down first so that I could actually get, you know, some particles back for Guoba. I kind of blew this whole thing, especially since Guoba ended up whiffing there. Come on, I need her burst. Let's go. Okay, there we go. That happened 100% because I wasted her burst at the end of the last round. Ah! I was hoping to beat that that counter, but I did not manage to race that counter at all.
I condemn you.
Oh, okay. Well, that did a lot of. Oh, he healed himself. Come on.
Eye for an eye.
Okay. Well, oh, those guys got crushed. Works for me. I have no idea what the point total requirement for platinum is right now, but I can always, you know, rebuild things and try to bring it back around again here in a little bit.
Gotcha.
Alright, and Yelan burst. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, a few more.
Take it easy.
Just as many as I can to the end.
Quietly now.
Ah, I think I got it. I don't know if I got it. Oh, that's platinum 1 star. I don't know what that even means. Okay. So I guess you can still gain more points to get more stars even in the platinum tier. Is what I would guess that means. Alright, so I'm gonna imagine I got everything I needed in 1 round on that. At least from that first one. And yes. Okay. Because everything was already there. 5k points equals platinum 3 star. Okay. Good to know. Probably need to do some like rearrangements to do that. But for now, so long as I get all the rewards, I'll be happy. But I might want to make some moderate changes here. I didn't hate having Nilou there. The damage wasn't exactly bad. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like it was just kind of slightly underserved. I felt like, you know, I was kind of like really easily not able to get things exactly where I wanted them. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll bench Nilou and throw Mona into that position. And let's rotate those, please. There we go. And then I'm gonna actually bring that party down a row and bring that one down a couple of rows as well. I want those cryos a little bit further apart from each other. Official stays with Yola. I don't like spreading them out. Let's see who else might constitute a change here. Zhao's never bad. Especially if you can keep people rounded up well enough. Surprisingly, I'm not using my Bennett for everything, but you know, my character, this is like one of those weird first world problems where you have enough good characters where you just stop worrying about things. But I don't know. I do feel like I could still stand to improve a bit here. So I'm just wanting to make some like minor changes, but like some of these compositions are things that I don't like changing up because they're already producing a lot of damage improvements. Kind of thinking maybe like, I don't know, I think that'll work fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it like this. We'll see what happens, because that was the one team that like I kept getting completely thrown off by. And maybe just that one change might help me keep things going. Oh yeah, you're right. I totally forgot the skills change. I need to go and look at those. You're not wrong. Totally forgot about that. Good catch there, Ether. I totally forgot about that. Can't just say oi. That makes me think of a very specific character from a TV show I watched recently. All right, so it looks like all of these things stayed the same, but I've got some different ones here. All right, let's see what we got. 15 seconds after the party takes the field. After an active character deals damage with their normal attacks, they will regain 3 energy. That would be good on some characters. For Yelan, probably. I'll give that to her. I don't think any of these skills down here change at all. Let's see what we got here. 15 seconds after party takes the field, party members gain 80% charge attack. Oh, that's Ayaka all day. And then this one is characters trigger burning on opponents, so that's not super useful. These are also Dendro related, so I'm gonna need to go into the lower ones here to see if there's anything that would be better. All party members gain 60 attack. That actually could be really good. 60% attack. I'll go with that one. Yeah, I think we're gonna take that one. All right, let's go. No, not The Office. Actually, it's Ted Lasso. Great show. If you haven't watched it, it's freaking awesome. All right. All right, let's see. All those other hilly trolls were completely out of range of that. Lame.
Shudder.
Eula telling everybody to shut up over here.
Rack and ruin.
There we go. Come on.
As you wish, main Froila.
4 seconds. Ah, I took a hit directly on that one. And decreased. All right, we're gonna swap up now. And there we go.
Decided by
These should all die basically instantly to this. Not worried about that. Yeah. Get closer. So, you know, when using these two together, you got to keep your Mona closer so that those Pyronados actually get some good effectiveness. 4 seconds. I got to pop as many of these as I can before that goes off. And swapped. Okay, that's fine. That wasn't too bad at all.
The wind knows me.
Dive, please. There you go. Oh, okay, that one actually did survive weirdly.
Wind and cloud.
Okay. Yeah, well, Mona's a great character. Why wouldn't I love her? She's a great character. She's always been good for me. It's a character that's never disappointed in my ability to make her actually produce good damage. Okay, did I miss it? No? Okay, there it is. Okay. And let's wait for a couple more enemies to respawn. There we go.
Inazuma shines
Throw them right into the old wood chipper in front of Raiden Shogun.
Illusion shattered.
Yeah, get out of here. See how many I can get again. Looks like you kind of really like the way the swaps happen. You really only get about 1 burst cycle per, and then you have to swap.
Gotcha.
Oh, all right. I fired that one off too fast. All right, let's get the second one in a little bit better. There we go. And user burst now.
Gotcha.
Right, not bad, not bad, not bad. Oh, come on with that. I hate that. That's so annoying. They just keep slapping you with that freaking fire stick, pushing you backwards. Let's see if I can get out those really quick. Nice. I'm already decreased.
My will it.
Ah, come on, get away.
One with my
There we go.
Take your true form.
A lot of damage.
Cryo incarnate.
Depends on the burst. You usually get some heal burst into yours. Okay.
Submit for
I don't know. My Ito's never been built particularly great, but then his playstyle just doesn't really work for me anyways. I don't know. Like, just it's so weird. It seems like weirdly inconsistent. It just kind of drives me nuts for that. Swap. Alright, you gotta get off.
Will be mine. I condemn you.
Yeah, we'll definitely say it looks like the Mona swap out definitely produced a bit better output than my Nilou did for the previous round.
Beg for mercy.
It kind of set me up to just press through that one because every time I threw down Mona's burst, everything just exploded. Oh god, I shouldn't have done that. Alright, well, whatever.
Delves into death.
And burst time. Oh, come on. Okay, I need to get a little bit back down so that that energy recharges a bit. Oh, that was a bit of a waste, wasn't it? Oh, whatever. Okay, I've already lost Youngling's burst. It should be alright. Oh, actually, it's back up. And right in time for the for it to decrease. Great. I missed the text. I wish it would actually give you a little bit more of a warning when it's going to decrease, as opposed to just like 5 seconds. I'd like one at like 10 seconds, so that you kind of have a bit better of an opportunity to prepare for that. Because a lot of the times I miss that 5-second warning altogether, and then I have to come back and like rebuild from having wasted all my energy. Damn, I didn't get that out. Yeah, Nilou really seems to perform better with with Dendro. You're right, Zoe. I would have to agree with you. All right, let's see. Next, let me go ahead and take my rewards from that one. OTH, what is my Shenhua running? Shenhua's been running, I think 2-2 forever. I think it was 2-2. Let's go take a look real quick. Because I originally built her not to be a support, even though it's the role I kind of use her in, but I built her as a DPS to be used with Chongyun. So yeah, I think she's running. She's double crowned with a 9 as well, but I think she's running 2-2. No, she's running full Blizzard Strayer. Okay. Because I did, like, yeah, she's meant to just do a lot of cryo damage, and I wanted to actually have this kind of help patch up her bad crit rate, so that's why I swapped back to that. But yeah, so, like, whenever I pair her with Chongyun, she does crazy damage, though, because that cryo infusion results in her just putting up crazy amounts of damage. It's really one of my favorite team combinations, is using them together. Nice. Let's hit that level 50 on there. Let's go ahead and take anybody know which one of these Nahida's gonna use? I don't remember. I think they just showed us, or they just gave us that information not too long ago, and I have no idea which one of these it is. Ingenuity, thank you. Going with that. All right. All right, next one. Maybe I'll swap things up a little bit more here. Let's see, because I think I may still be able to extract a little bit more benefit out of some of these combinations that I have. Like, right now, I've been using these two as like a buff combo, but what I think I'm going to do, just to make things even a little easier for, like, I don't know, maybe, what's another team that would benefit from that? I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't swap some of these around, because what I could do, I hate to bench this one, but you know, I don't know, I don't really want to change that. I'm just trying to think how I can actually round things up a little bit better. Like, I could bench this and bring in Venti. If I bench Kokomi, I'll still get Venerer, so I'll still get a buff. So yeah, we're gonna try that. Let's get Venti in here. Let's see. Who else might be a good swap up? I don't really like taking Chongyun from her, so I'm not going to do that. They still have that vacuum effect. Oh no, I did lose that vacuum skill. Alright, let's see what these other new skills are. All party members gain 80% increased elemental skill and elemental burst damage dealt. Ooh, that's a lot. This max HP thing is not going to help Mona as much as it helped Nilou, so I'm going to give them that one, because I think that that's going to really benefit both of those characters quite a lot. 30% CD decrease and their elemental burst damage is increased. That's pretty nice. I think that actually could be quite good for them. What about these two? All party members energy 100% in the next 15 seconds when a character obtains an elemental elemental particle, or an elemental orb, the damage dealt will be increased by 80%. That's not bad either. Let's try this one. Elemental damage that character will gain 80% increase. Oh, that actually is really good already. This one hinges that on getting a particle. This one is for 6 seconds after dealing elemental damage. This one does, it's also 6 seconds. So, I mean, the bonus is actually effectively kind of the same. So we'll see. Any of my crowned characters I'm thinking about pulling cons for in the next few patches? No, not particularly that I can think of, no. Because I'm not really interested in crowns for, or not crowns, but constellations for Miko, because I don't really use her. Yeah, I'd actually much sooner rebuild my Kuching and start using her than I would Miko. I don't know. Miko's one of those characters that, again, mechanically, it just doesn't vibe well for me. Sadly, because she's a catalyst, and I really do like catalyst, and she's actually kind of high mobility, which is something I usually love. But the more I tried using the character, the more it just did not work for me. So no, I can't really think of, and I definitely don't care about constellations for Tartaglia. That character I've just never really been into using. I don't know why. There's not anything wrong with that character. I think he's plenty cool. But I guess it just, maybe, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. Like some of those other characters, I just haven't really cared to build him. Right, well, I need that back. All right, let's keep that going. I'm gonna need to get out of that ability. Oh god, these things are so annoying. Stop rotating your backside. See if I can get some damage down on this thing with 4. Nope, not enough.
Let me scribe.
Okay, well, they both got really close, so let's just go ahead and rip them up with that then. Yep, here we go. Yeah, Mona plus anything that will help me to kick out Vaporize is always nice. Oh, these guys should die really fast. Oh, he stepped on me immediately. Don't like that. Oh yeah, these guys are gone. Get some Globa damage down at least. Maybe I can hook a couple extra Vaporizes. Nice, yeah, it wasn't so bad. And swapping.
Take flight.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna wanna go ahead and use his burst right away. Hers too, for that matter. Hide from, oh god. Shaking turnip. Whoop, what? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Go ahead and throw a burst at this thing. That'll be probably the quickest way to dispatch him, which it was. Okay, cool. 4 seconds. And swap. Oh yeah, A will trash this thing. I'm not worried about that at all. Bye-bye. Yeah, this thing will die really quick too, because A is broke. Oh yeah, this guy's basically gonna die quick too. Oh, well, I lost my burst, so... get away. Come on. I'd like to get her other burst out on a new enemy before... Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh, only 4 seconds. I'm not gonna get it, am I? No, there's no way. Yeah, I gotta swap. I gotta hold it. So, yeah, this Venti swap really didn't end up working out very well for me because these enemies are not ones that really can be gathered in the traditional sense. So that kind of sucks, but is what it is.
Quietly now.
I'll live. Yeah, Yelan's just gonna continue to eat these things for breakfast anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Take it easy.
Oh my god, just die already. Fine, I'm just gonna swap.
Transfiguration.
I missed it.
By ordinance
Oh god, these bots, man. These bots are absolutely ridiculous today. I can't believe how bad they are today.
From whence you came.
One of these days, my Chongyun's gonna get a little bit extra attention. He hasn't really been the focus of any of my build attention since Shenhe came out. I built him up a little bit initially just to make him somewhat useful for that party combo, but I've since taken the weapon that he had away from him and given it to Diluc. Ah! Don't step on me right as I'm trying to use an elemental burst. Son of a bitch. Alright. Come on. Need that to kill this thing right away, please. I got close.
Shadow Raven. Beg for mercy.
We should get a good bit more down from this one. I should get the, oh god, don't die, Eula. That was really close. I had to swap just to keep Eula from dying. kind of don't need that character to die. That would be lame. So just got her out of there. Those things in their freaking AoE damage are so obnoxious. God, still with this AoE crap. Okay, well I ended up getting a higher score with this one than any of the other ones anyways. 38. I'm quite certain there's more that I could refine for these, but whatever. So long as I'm hitting over, you know, like beyond gold to get all the rewards on the first, that's all I really care about, since I wasn't able to get to this event until now. Okay, let's go ahead and take these. What am I got like 3 left, I think I'm halfway through. Problem you always had was that electro reactions were always underwhelming, annoying. Overload was the fun one, but the knockback was too annoying, and the damage on electro wasn't consistent because it needed lots of enemies close together. Aggravate changes that though, so I may give Miko another try. That's fair. That is fair. Miko with Dendro is something I haven't been playing with, and I actually probably admittedly should. Sorry, I don't know if you saw, but near the start, some peeps resubbed, subscribed on Twitch, and oh, hey, thank you. I did not notice that, but it is greatly appreciated. Ongoing support is always something that I really appreciate, particularly in a time where I haven't had an opportunity to really work on content the way that I want to or should. But that will change soon. So, yeah. All right, so I have a couple of more skills I need to look at. Hopefully, I'll be able to actually draw in some of these enemies. Oh, they're not saying new, but it's looking like just some skills returned, looks like. Quicken, aggravate, or spread opponents on those. Yeah, okay, so that's not anything I'm using right now. When characters trigger swirl on opponents, they will generate 2 particles that can regenerate 2 energy. It can be triggered once every 2 seconds. Maybe not bad. We'll see. Okay, energy to 100%. Next 15 seconds when a character obtains an elemental particle or elemental orb. Okay, so that one might be still good for them. And this was recover 6 energy every 3 seconds. Not necessarily bad, but maybe not necessarily amazing. All right, I'll take the fervor accumulation because it's not a bad thing to have anyway. Yeah, no, I guess I didn't notice that. Yeah, appreciate the heads up on that though, Aether. All right, here we go. Did that slightly out of order. I could have gone ahead and pumped up the E for that, but I kind of messed that up. Well, he's dead. I would have liked to have been able to actually extract the full benefit of that on the freshly respawned group, but it is what it is.
Beg for mercy.
As you wish.
Well, that's gonna be a waste. Whatever. It's just energy regeneration. Swapping.
Shadows of fate.
All right, you guys can go away now. Not wasting that on those. Now I'll throw this up though. It's always nice to get Mon out on the field. This is still one of my favorite characters from a mechanical standpoint. It's just so fun. Especially when you pair her with the right characters. It's absolutely freaking ridiculous anyways. And 4 seconds I'm on a roll. Just switch. Oh god. I keep wanting to push 4 to bring out Kazuha. And then I just sit there hitting 4 and nothing happens because that's the key he is always on. So does anybody else have that problem on this event? You go to like bring out the character that you wanted to use and you're steady hitting the wrong button because they're not on the key that you're used to them being on. It is such a problem. And decrease. Okay.
Shine down. No turning back.
Trying to get a group that's actually together before I go using Shogun's Burst. I don't want to waste it. So many of these enemies are kind of broken up. No mobile. Yeah, I would imagine with mobile, since it's all on screen presses anyways, yeah, you're not going to have that problem. Alright, swapping again, because no point in keeping them. Let's just see what I can lure to the center here. There's only one enemy in there. Everybody else needs to get sucked into the center, but that's a complete waste. Oh, God. Could you not? Alright, there we go.
Gotcha.
Yelan's dumb. And by dumb, I mean amazing. Oh, there's the decrease. Oh, I just barely missed that one. Oh, that was slightly out of order too, but whatever.
By ordinance divine. Manifest.
Alright, so let's see. Come on. Good damage, good damage. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep it going.
Transfiguration.
4 seconds. Might as well swap it here in a second. And swapping.
Shudder. By royal decree.
Alright, using her burst again because I should. And I used it in the right order that time. Let's see, that should have already rounded up some good damage, so these 3 will probably explode. Ah, that was a 500,000 damage used to kill 1 enemy. I'm so sad about that. I was hoping that ordering was going to work a little better, but it didn't. Swapping again, because it's just going to punish me again if I don't.
Leave my space.
Right, back for Mona Burst. iPad supremacy, never need to deal with swapping issues. I don't know. I have also played the game on my iPad a bit. I don't know. That's probably just because I primarily play it on PC that I just don't like enjoy playing it on my iPad at all. It just feels so weird. See if I can get some of these guys down before it swaps. Nope. Okay.
Take flight.
It's fine. Oh, come on. To the center. Let's see what I can get out of this. Temporary hello. Oh, welcome back there, Andy. See if I can knock that thing out quick. Yeah, nice. I'll take that.
Whirling snow.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and swap.
Oh, illusion shattered.
Everybody die.
Shines eternal.
Actually, might be able to get 4K out of this one, yeah? Maybe? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just barely broke 4,000 on that one. Okay. Well, that was the highest one I've gotten so far. Still only 1 star. Opposite for me, playing on desktop just feels so odd. Really? Oh, God. Like, I've tried it on my iPad, on my phone, on my iPad, on my PS5. The PC is definitely the most comfortable for me. But I have been, first and foremost, a PC gamer for, like, 20 years. So, I think I started really, like, picking up PC gaming in, like, 2002. Yeah, 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. So, yeah, it's been a hot minute. Let's see. I think I got 2 more rounds. And I will have finally finished this, and just at the buzzer. I almost did it 2 days ago before I went out of town. That's why, actually, I wasn't able to do the special program reaction right away, because I was out of town. My wife and I, we went to Washington, D.C. to go to the Office experience. Which, if you guys, any of you here are a fan of the show and you get the opportunity to go to the Office experience, it is awesome. It really is, because they have actual props and things and items from the show, but they've also got a full-size replica of the Office built there for you to interact with. So, like, you can just wander around and be in the Office's office, which is absolutely glorious. It's full size, like the main rooms and like the break rooms and the annex, like it's all there. It's all amazing. It was great. You get the opportunity to go to one of those because it travels around and moves, I think, like every 6 months or so. Awesome. All right, so let's see. Many jokes were made. That's true. All right, let's see what kind of buffs I have to change. There's a new one. After party, or it takes the field. Vacuum field again. Okay, that one was good with A, but I don't know that I need that one with Ayaka. That's kind of a waste. Because he's got, or she's got Kazuha with her. Charged attack damage. Oh yeah, for sure. That one definitely. What was this one again? That's 60 attack. It just increases damage, but you know what? I'm going to stay with that. These arenas aren't very big anyways. I feel like if I had like somebody paired with an Animo on like every one of these combinations, like I'd probably be able to round them up for better damage on every single round, but you know, that is what it is for now.
I condemn you.
All right, definitely did that in the right order. Hopefully I can strike down some more of these. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, cool, that worked out pretty well. We're already at 1. Go ahead and swap official here. Make sure that Oz is continuing to pop these guys so I keep the physical damage going until I have to swap, which is going to be basically now.
Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you.
And swapping for the rises. Yep. These things all just get deleted by Mona and Xingqiu, or Xiangling rather.
I'm getting sick of this.
Oh, oh, get out of here. Would you stop? That was annoying. Not terribly different from Could You Not? Alright, well, I need her...
Shadows of fate.
This guy here. And there we go. Have to swap.
Take flight.
Andy Fear of Doors hat time? What? Hat time? I don't know if I know what you mean. Hat time. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, you had to leave again. Ah, totally whiffed with that one on that Bishop. Unfortunate.
My opponent. Into the wind.
I was just gonna use Kazuha's burst, because why not? Need to not sit on that anyways. Just extra damage that I'm just not doing. Come here.
Take one with nature.
Oh, and swap. Oh my god, let me swap.
Shine down. Storm the front. Now you
There we
shall
go.
perish.
And everything dies. Those two died, or those three died really fast anyways. Oh, they're gonna just explode. Yeah, I frequently have been forgetting like how good my Raiden is. Like I've been using Yelan so much lately that I just haven't felt the need to use Raiden for things. But she is still absurdly broken, so it's just one of those weird things that just happens sometimes where you get another character that you really like using and then all of a sudden you weirdly find yourself not using them as much anymore, but you probably should. I still think even though my Yelan is really good, my Raiden still might be my best character, but I think that Yelan ended up being a very close second, if nothing else. And then of course my Mona still helps me put out crazy damage all the time too. Like for things like this, she's definitely one that I still rely on. Would you just die? Oh my god. I'm gonna lose the combat abilities, and it just did. Okay.
Take your truth.
Out of order.
Swift and merciful. From whence you
There we go.
Master's bidding.
You haven't used your Ito for a while properly anyways, really? So you got new characters and you're just not using them? Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I've been using Sino and Nilou quite a lot lately, even though they're not really either of them even built that well yet. Just for, like, general usage, I've been using them quite a bit, but just so that I understand how to use their kits and all of that. And then eventually I'll get them to a point where I feel that they're actually very helpful, but that is not this day.
I condemn you.
Okay, we need to go ahead and get you a little burning through this guy. Ow, come on.
Rack and ruin.
Yikes. Oh, we're back to the Vishaps now.
Beg for mercy.
Oh, come on. No. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to swap that team. It's fine. I can just still get at him with Mona and Chungling anyways. Poor Eula. I probably had another 10 seconds of good damage that I could have produced with her, but is what it is. I couldn't get out of the damage fast enough. Get out of here.
Let me scry.
Let's see if I can get another good character swap for some free damage here. I didn't quite get it. Well, whatever. Still with the plat 1 stars. You can confidently say that you have all your characters at friendship level 10. Nice. I have a lot of my characters at friendship level 10, but because I have all of the characters, I don't have them all at friendship 10. I just recently got Ito to 10. I think he's the most recent new level 10. I think I have one stage left to do. Let's see who I don't have at 10. I definitely, like, confidently have more than I don't. Yelan's 10, Dean's 10, Xingqiu's 10, Kazuha, Raiden, Mona. All right, Candace is at 6, almost 6.5. Shogun's at 10, Ben at 10, Youngling 10, Albedo, Zhongli, Eula, Ganyu, Kuching, Nilu's at 2. She hasn't really been getting much focus on that yet, but I'm working on it. Hutal, Ito, Zhao, Venti, Shenhe, Ayaka. Oh, weird. I thought for sure Chi-Chi was at 10. She's at like 9 and 80%. I need to actually finish that up. Miko's at 10. I haven't been working on Sino friendship at all yet. I need to do that. Kainari's at 6, almost 7. Same as Ayato's at 7, almost 8. 10 for her. Actually, weirdly, I thought Child was at 10. He's not. He's at 7. Luke's at 10. Yoimiya's at 8, almost 9. Clea's 10. Rosaria's actually getting up there. 9, like 9 and a 10th or something. Cookie's at almost 8. Official's done. Beto's done. Yanfei's done. Poor Noelle. I gotta get her to 6. Okay, let's see. I actually thought Ningguang was done. She's not done. Yunjin needs to get to 6 at least. Goro, about 8.5. Sucrose is done. Chongyun's done. I actually thought Diona was done. Also not done. Kale's got 6 at least. Barba's 7, almost 8. Toma's not 6. I thought he was too. Zinyan's 10. Aloy at 6. Poor Amber at 3. Kaya at 4. Razor is not even leveled at all. Poor Razor. I have ignored him so badly. He has nothing. Let's see. Lisa's at 6. Poor Sayu, only 1 as well. Same with Hazo, still at 1. Historia at 1. So, a lot more characters at 10 than I don't. But, yeah, I do have some characters that are getting quite close. Alright. Akron, you don't have Rosaria? That's interesting. Didn't she just reran, didn't she? I thought she did. Alright, let's see. Last grouping. Got some of these guys coming up, huh? Alright, well, I should be able to get some of them to move around. Like, these enemies can be moved around with Venti, so I'm kind of fine with the team pairings. I just need to make sure their skills aren't all screwed up. Elemental damage, character will gain 80% increased damage dealt. That's not bad. Elemental burst damage. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give that one back to them. This was rippling field. Actually, no, I think I'd rather have elemental damage for a bonus damage increase. There we go. All right, we'll do that. Didn't pull, saving for Nahida. Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair. All right. Last one. Let's knock this out. This is in the right order. Good, I did.
Eye for an eye.
These things were trying to just like completely smack me down, weren't they?
Beg for mercy.
Get out of here. Did that blow up? Yeah, I think it did. I just missed kind of the fallout of it.
Good grief.
God.
Crush.
All right, you guys, just die, please. Did I miss? No, I didn't. I was about to say I thought maybe I missed the indication that the damage thing had turned, but I was wrong. Just go ahead and blow these guys up right away. Turn to the other enemy if I can. All right, you're done. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, definitely gonna go ahead and pop Mona's burst again. Hell, I got Xiangling's back up too. Why not? Yep, gotta chase him down. Come here. Just barely missed him with that Pyronado as I was on the chase. Oh, I got. I could have also probably used a third one there if I had really wanted to press. I'm gonna have to swap. I'm gonna have to pass this one because I'm not gonna be able to do this. Oh, let me swap. God dang it. I can't swap for quite a little while. That's very unfortunate. All I can do is use Kazuha to try to break his shield for now. Oh, God. That sucks. I'm not going to do quite as good a damage as I would really like to on this one. Because I don't have a team that's really ideal for it. It's fine, I guess. With these cryos at the worst time. It is what it is. Oh, well, there's the decrease right as I used her burst. Kind of annoying. My own damn fault. No, you can't. When it says you can't switch. Oh, God, this thing's going to kill my Raiden if I'm not careful. There we go.
Glory to the Shogun.
Oh, God. Get one more burst in before I have to swap her. Did I get her swapped? Okay, I did. I was like, okay, I think I almost killed my Raiden.
Time for takeoff.
Throw it in over here. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely kind of putting up a little bit lower damage on this one so far. I kind of got hung up on that not switch at the beginning thing on that one. Oh my God, stop! I am doing poorly on this one, like very poorly. Alright, got another swap coming.
Unleash. Submit for judgment.
Oh, you're talking about later when I didn't switch. Just because I was still able to kill them, so I just didn't. I was thinking I wasn't going to be able to kill them at all, like I would not be able to damage them at all because they were sitting on their cryo shield, but it still allowed me to deal damage, so I just held it. At the beginning, I couldn't switch, though. There is a timer. Oh my God, I keep getting bounced around. This is so irritating. So many of these enemies that just will not allow me to cluster them. I'm going to end up having to do this one again, I think. This is bad. Oof. Now there goes Eula again. Why is she always the one that dies for me? I don't know what's going on here. She's the only character that I've had die, and she's died twice now. Poor Eula. Got 40 seconds to make 1,000 points.
Shadows of fate.
He'll probably be alright. So long as I can get on a roll here. Definitely throw this out again while I have it. Use things in roughly the right order, and that ended up working out very nicely for me. 4 seconds, 4 seconds. Come on, get that one before it goes. I didn't make it. Damn.
Take flight.
Alright, doesn't matter. That died quick.
One with nature.
I should be getting close on a burst. No? Oh man, if I don't kill these, I'm gonna be in trouble. Come on. Come on. Okay, cool. I broke 3,000. That's all I really wanted to do.
Into the wind.
Okay, well, that worked out. So I still got it there. Nothing exemplary. I'd have to spend more time working on like what team comps that I would want to do that. But yeah, I have no doubt I could definitely get higher points there, but I don't really feel like going crazy trying to do that. Plus I need to get out of here, so all right, so I knocked that out because that event was going to expire and I was going to be completely screwed if I didn't knock that out, so I needed to do that. All right, so now that that's knocked out, we got a few minutes before I'll take off, so if anybody had any questions about any 3.2 stuff or anything that I haven't addressed yet, we can do that now. I'm gonna go ahead and just swap back out to my... By the way, I don't know if all of you have noticed this, because I didn't notice it until recently, but we can have 10 parties now. What patch did they add this? Because I noticed it, like, I don't know, right at the beginning of 3.1, and I don't know if that was a thing that they added in 3.1 or in 3.0. I don't know when they added it. All I know is I was like, oh my god, you can have 10 characters now? It's amazing. But I did not know what part or which version they added that. Okay, so it was in 3.1, so I guess I didn't miss it by long. Because I think it was like day 2. I was like, what the hell does this button do? Yeah, so I wasn't sure when they added it, if I was just oblivious or what, but yeah, super nice to be able to have 10 parties finally. Not on mobile? Really? Interesting. All right, let's see. This is a party I've been using a lot lately. It's not great. I'm not gonna say it's great, but it's been fun to play with. And for that matter, actually, another party that I've had a lot of fun with lately is over here, which will be a surprise to no one, because no, that's my dailies party. This one, because it utilizes Candace, and Candace is a lot of fun for me still. Yeah, she's a fun character, man. Like, I don't know, like she just works for me mechanically. So, like, she's not gonna like redefine the meta or anything. Like, she's like, I don't think that's what that character is even for. But I do find it to be a fun character to play. I'll just go over here. ATH, what do you think the next Dane quest will be about? And do you think it will take place in Sumeru or somewhere else? I almost certainly think it will be in Sumeru. As far as what it will be about, that is really hard to say. I think that some of that could be impacted by whatever's going to happen in 3.2. So it's really hard to speculate on, you know, what they're going to cover with that. It really could be anything. It really could, right? But I don't know if we have anything to flag indications towards what it could be about. At least not right now. Oh, this thing turned right as I turned around on him.
I hear everything.
You're exposed.
I didn't get it. There it is. Yeah, I've just been having like fun with this group for whatever reason. It kind of works, you know, just kind of like a light taser kind of situation, but it's fun to me.
Your penance is due.
Yeah, it's just fun. Plus, Sino's cool. I just need to finish getting him built, because he's not really built to my satisfaction at all yet. But he's just a cool character. Like, his animations are cool. His combat is fun. Really, for that matter, so is Candace. I like having a character that can infuse Hydro. That's definitely nice. I wasted that one for sure. Let's see. Go to Manasori if I want to. What? Drop it down shows 5. What are we talking about? Maybe not on iOS. Still have 4 teams on. Oh, iOS. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
One with the forest. I'll uproot you.
But yeah, I've had some fun playing with this team, because the characters are just mechanically fun. I've also had some fun using D-loop with Candace. Like, you just get constant vaporizes. That's a lot of fun. Okay, they both got their shields up, and now I'm just screwed. That was not okay. A little healing going for Sino before he gets crushed by something. You know, usually with this party, I can actually kill this group really fast, and then of course this time it did not happen. Did not happen that way at all. Alright, this guy's gotta go. He's gonna keep popping me in the back.
I hear everything.
Hey, look, I'm falling down a mountain. Here, have that.
You're exposed.
No crits from Candace. Here, have that. It's sorry, I have no idea. What are you talking about? I'm so confused right now.
Pin them down.
There we go. Did the other one survive? He just fell off the cliff. Yeah, he did. I really don't want to go down there, but I don't really have much of a choice, do I? Oh, come on. I'm just going to be in fall forever and die. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can get him like this. Nope. I got to get a little bit further off. Get out of my face, dude. Did he die? He still did not die. All right, you gotta go, man. Here, have that. This guy. Go away. God. Those two did not want to die at all. That was horrible. When they all get their shields, that is just an absolute nightmare to kill through things. And then most of the time you bring parties and they just don't get their shields or can't get their shields because you melted them so fast. Masanori. Is that a place? I don't even remember where that is. I'm still like, you know, intaking all of the names of things over here. Let's see. I don't know if I remember what we're even talking about with that name. It's not ringing any bells to me right now. Inazuma? Oh. We're talking about over here, right? No, it's not this one. Which one are you talking about? Is that the new event thing? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I'm not going to do that right now. Tatarasana. That would be over in this area, yeah. What, are you talking about just like taking, like doing damage things over there for the samurai? Like out here on the beach? No one, right? What? I am so confused. Let's see. Let me go up. I might be missing for testing damage and stuff. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Oh, the one you can spar with. Wait, he's been gone for a long time. Like after you do his questline, he just leaves. Or are you talking? Is that the other one? Yeah, the nameless. He left after I did the quest thing. He isn't even there anymore. Did he come back? Because he's the one, he stood out there by the head of the snake, if I recall. No, wait. Was he up on the mountain? I know where you're talking. He was up on the mountain. He was up here. I know the one you're talking about. I completely forgot about that dude. Oh, hey, look. Beetle. It's been a long time since I thought about that guy. He was right around here somewhere. Let's see, I can't remember which side of this thing I thought he was on. The nameless was over there. That's... Let's see. Huh. Let's see. I don't know if I remember where this guy is. It's been a hot minute. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. I thought it was up here, right? I thought it was standing in the right place. Is he over here? By this, like, lamp thing or whatever? Am I overlooking this guy? Is it him? It's him. Yeah, it's that one, isn't he? No, that's just a samurai. I don't think he was the one that you spar with, right? No? I don't even know.
We shall enshroud.
I actually have been enjoying using Kale more with this group than Tainari for whatever reason. Kale is, like, her burst just puts down, like, nice, consistent, like, dendro if you're going for that. But yeah, he's on Kanazuka. He's on the other island, left side above Tarasana. Oh, that's why. I think he's over here. There it is. I had like a or a sense memory of like the bridge of the map looking the same, but that's why. Yeah, that's him right there. There we go. This guy. I always forget about this guy. Yeah, sure. Well then, have at it.
What's one more?
I could actually bring, like I said, my Diluc over here and show kind of like what I was doing with that. Give me some energy, man.
Can't see.
I was definitely finding Diluc to actually be a lot of fun to play with Candace. This is definitely a combination that seems to work nicely.
Do your worst.
Actually, I need to give Candace some health here. Candace doesn't really have any particular what's the word I'm looking for, resonance with with Sino at all, other than you know, having taser opportunities. But you have to have her burst up, obviously, for that to really come to any kind of a head there. All right, there we go.
One with the farce.
That said, she is not like I've actually had upwards of 50k vaporized damage from her E, which is not too shabby, really, when you think about it.
Too easy.
But you got to get the crit right now. Her build still needs work. She's not critting as much as I would like. Ooh, there we go.
Let's nip that in the butt.
Sure, why not? I don't know why I don't find Tainari to do enough damage.
Pin them down.
But his damage is not even horrible. I wish it would be more. Oh, he almost killed my Sino. 4 health left. Did I even kill this guy? Oh, he just refills his health. Yeah. I've never used him as a dueling thing, so... Oh, there's Sino. Let me teleport away. I'm gonna go get my Diluc and come back. It's where you hit your 134k Zhongli ult. Interesting. This is where the fact that I've been a little detached for everything lately comes to a head, right? Like, I've just not had as much time as I would like to. Alright, let's see. Usually what I've been doing is it would be Diluc in place of Sino. He needs to go in slot 4 for that. And then Tainari would be replaced with Kale, who really doesn't do anything except for give me blooms. Because she's not really well built, but she does give you blooms nicely. Alright. Yeah. So we'll go back over there now. Strongest overworks enemy that's not a boss. Really? Interesting. That would make sense, though. He did a lot of damage to my Sino. Like, my Sino's not exactly completely built, but he's strong enough not to get completely crammed like that. Alright. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. You gotta talk to him first. I just wasted that skill. I was just like, alright, let's go. Alright, this should be fine. Just a few seconds. You have neglected your training. What? Can you only do that once? What the hell? You're here. Shall we spar? Okay, there we go. Yes. And there we go.
We shall prevail.
This is where, like, Diluc being here just absolutely starts smashing things. He ends up doing ridiculously good damage with Candace's bonuses on. Like, this guy's getting melted by Diluc. Yeah, like the first health pool from him went by so fast. Oh, you're not hitting me with that. Don't think so. Give her a little bit of energy.
You're exposed.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad from Candace. Nope. You can get out of here with that garbage. I imagine Diluc would get even more damage down if I had you know, was it a Wolf's Gravestone proc off of it? Oh, he backed out. Oh, nope, I still did get it. Nice, okay. Go again then. Should get the Wolf's Gravestone proc this time, yeah. Unless I wasted it last time. Oh, nope, got him. Yeah, see, with Diluc, like, Diluc and Candace, man, like, those two work surprisingly well together. It's actually been one of the more fun party comps that I've been running just for fun lately. But they do a lot of damage. It feels like a strong, punchy comp where I throw them at enemies and they just die. Yeah. And honestly, like, Kale isn't even necessarily required there because, like, Bloom is for, like, some AoE stuff. Like, I could actually throw in another buffing option or something like that to probably punch this team up a little bit more. I forgot what time he was in the budded state when you used the first team. Forgot what time, but if you fight him at a certain time, he is buffed with more HP, etc. The second time you fought him normally, yeah, it still died. Raiden and Bennett. I mean, yeah, obviously, like, those characters are like Bennett would be another like character that would absolutely slam this thing, right? Because that's just more damage on top, but it'll also add another resonance because it'll then add pyro resonance on top of the hydro resonance that this team already has. So yeah, that would also be another really good one. Yeah, so like Kale is just there because I'm like, you know what, I guess I should try using blooms to see how things work. I guess the best bloom damage I've seen is around 10k per pop, and you know, if you can get, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 of those things on the screen at the same time, then all of a sudden, you know, you're putting, you know, 50, 60, 70,000 damage out like back to back, which can actually stack up. But I don't know, like, I don't know, bloom is just weird. I feel like without an animo character present to help round everything up, it seems disconnected, which is weird because with Nilou, it kind of wants you to have her with two Dendro and 2 Hydro, which means you don't have room for that animo. So I don't know, it's just weird. I haven't quite figured out if I actually like Bloom or not yet. It's been like kind of an underwhelming thing for me so far. Sounds the same, almost the same as your Tighnari Raiden. That's a interesting combo. Anyways, I need to get out of here for the evening, you guys, because I actually really do need to eat and work out some things because I've got to go to work in the morning. But thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the special program with me and then hanging for the event and you know, talking about the future channel stuff and all that good stuff. I've got a video coming out soon, you guys, like for real soon. Hoping to really be able to put some final touches on it tomorrow after work, so we'll see. And then I'm going to be rolling straight over into an Origins video that I hope to have released ASAP as well. Not Candace. Candace will come up after that. And I'm sure I don't know if I mentioned it during the last portion of the, you know, when I was talking about upcoming channel things, but I did say that I'm going to be bringing back some video types that I haven't done in a while, or that I had previously announced that I wasn't going to do anymore, which is not just Origins, but I'm also going to be doing like story breakdowns and all of that again. So I'm going to be bringing back the things you might have missed videos, which I'm going to do by doing like a massive Archon quest breakdown for 3.0, 3.1, and 3.2 all in one video. So it'll be like the complete Sumeru quest Easter egg breakdown video or something like that. That's what I plan to do right now after 3.2 comes out. So a lot of work. More announcements to come too as other things in my normal life actually kind of bury down. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for being here, guys. If you haven't subscribed or liked the video, please do that on the way out. That really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Reminds YouTube that you know, that I'm here and that people watch my content, so I would appreciate that. Anyways, thanks for being here. I'll see you guys again probably within a few days with a new video. Have a great night.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Hold up.